Look who here. You got it. You got it together. You got to show them you did good. You ready? Okay, come on. Go show them you did good. Because best receivers gonna be able to. First time. We gonna get them together. All right. Spot on, man. Spot on. See right here. There you go. I do. I said I get you your own notepad, Kara, Laya, Kiyon, Aha Shamia, Be Maroon Kokun, Kodu Laya, Kiyon, Ilaolam Tisedu, Barugataya, Shekat, Baemet, Waim Uz, Nefesh, Warua, Hashabat Baruch, Ki Israel, Bihayad, Yahweh. Call, make thy voice to be heard high. Give thanks to Yah this day, for his mercy endures forever. Bless Yahweh,
Worship him in truth, strength of body and spirit. May the Shabbat be blessed for Israel. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let us give all thanks, all praise, all honor and glory to the Holy One of Israel, whose name alone is Yah, again by saying, Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yah is righteous
Yahweh is right
all the time.
all the time.
Bless his holy name. King of kings, Savior, Redeemer, our ruler, Holy One of Israel. We extol him for all his mercy, his goodness, which he has shown upon us, allowing us to once again be in the land of the living on this his glorious Sabbath day. Day we have not seen in its entirety, the day we will not see again. It's unique unto itself. We should be glad and rejoice in it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Al HaTorah, Wa'ah, HaIvora, Wa'ah, HaNevim, Wa'ah Yom, HaShabbat, Hazeh, Shanatata, Lanu Yahweh, Eloheinu, Kadusa, Wah, Nimnika, La Kavod, Lit Tafa, Re, Al Hako, Yahweh Eloheinu, Enakenu, Modim Lach, Midrakim, Hotak, Yithbarak, Shinra, Bifi, Kar, Kai, Tamid, La Olam, Wa'ed, Baruch Ataya Yahweh, Mi Kwadesh, Shabbat, for the Torah, for worship, for the prophets, for this Sabbath day that you gave us, Yahweh our Elohim, for holiness and rest, for beauty and glory, for everything. We thank and bless you. May your name always be blessed by everything that lives. Praise are you, Yahweh, who makes the Shabbat holy. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's now turn our scriptures to our readings on the book of Psalms, where we will begin Psalm 122. Psalm 122. Hallelujah. Psalm 122. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yahweh. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is compact together, where the tribes go up, the tribes of Yah unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yahweh. For there are set the thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within our walls, prosperity within our palaces. For my brother and companion's sake, I will now say peace be with thee. Because of the house of Yahweh Elohim, I will seek thy good. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Psalm 92. Psalm 92. Psalm for the Sabbath day. It is a good thing to give thanks unto the name of Yahweh, and to sing praise unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of 10 strings, upon the psalter, and upon the harp with the solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Yahweh, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knows not, neither does a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they will be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, are most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. My horn wilt thou exalt like the horn of a wild ox. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eye also shall see my desire on my enemies, My ears shall hear my desires of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the courts of our Elohim. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show that Yahweh is upright. He is my rock. There is no unrighteousness in him. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let us turn now to Psalms 23. Psalms 23. We will read and recite this great prayer. Psalms 23. For Yah is my shepherd, and I shall want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepare the table before me in the presence of my enemy. Thou anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now let us turn finally to Exodus, the 20th chapter. Here we find the words of Yahweh Elohim, which he wrote himself with his finger upon 2 tablets of stone, delivered them into the hands of his servant Moses upon Mount Sinai. Bring them down and teach them to the children of Israel. These words became an everlasting covenant, signifying that he would be our Elohim and that we would always be his people. Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh Elohim, who brought thee out the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no Elohim before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or the likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. I, Yahweh, the Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy to the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh, the Elohim, in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahweh, the Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor the cattle, nor the stranger that is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and he rested the 7th day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh that giveth thee. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And the people saw the thunder and the lightning, the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, we will hear. But let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Elohim is come to prove you, that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time.
Both day and night.
Hallelujah.
This word right here.
We want to begin by taking our comments for today, testimony. I want to Greet our elder and say, hey, good to have him back. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Good to have him back. I was pleasantly surprised this morning when he called and I looked and checked the voicemail. So praise God. Hallelujah. We honor. Then give all thanks, all praise to the Creator for all that He is, all that He has done, all that He continues to do. Blessed be His holy name. Hallelujah. Yes.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
First, giving out honor and glory to the Holy One of Israel, whose name alone is Yahweh, by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I first of all would like to thank Yahweh for my family and for bringing my sister and my 3 nephews here today. It's a blessing. And I was there to a good sister yesterday. We were just talking about the word of Yahweh. And just a few different scriptures. Proverbs 30, verse 5 says, the word of Yahweh proves to be true. You know, and we know that the word of Yahweh will not come back void. We know that the word of Yahweh stands forever. And we know that Yahweh's word, we know that if He said it, we believe it, that settles it. That's what the Bible says. And we know that by His word, we do live. In the Psalms 119, it says that His word is a lamp unto our feet. And so I just want to praise Yahweh for His word, because oftentimes we know what Yahweh said, but how important are these words? And what do these words mean? He tells us that by listening to His word, by doing His word, then we get our everlasting life, that we get our blessings. You know, so I'm going to praise Yahweh for His word and the significance of His word. And so hallelujah. And I have a comment, just for, or actually a testimony. I would like to thank Yahweh for being Him and for being the true and living Elohim. I was down low and He brought me up, you know, and I want to praise Yahweh for that and for being real and for showing us mercy, you know, because every day He wakes us up. And although times aren't trying and they are hard, we have still been able to eat. You know, He's kept us safe. We still have clothes on our back. We have clean clothes. We still have a roof over our head. And that's all a blessing. So I want to say hallelujah for that.
Hallelujah. Shalom.
On the Yahweh by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I like to praise Yah, of course, for being Yahweh. I like to praise Yah for the Sabbath day. Because we have a day that we do, we have 7 days of the week that we do, everything like robots. We get up, go to work, come back home, we cook, we fuss at the children, we put them to bed, get up, we go to work, we come back home. And I just see that, I just do the same routine every day. But I love the Sabbath because on the Sabbath day, I do something different. I do something different than not everybody, not different than us, because we all know to come to praise Yahweh. But we do something different than we do every day. That we get to break the monotony. We get to break all the things that we do that just bothers us, worries us, makes us tired, as we talked about earlier. And then we come to the Shabbat day, where it's really a rest, and we put our minds to it and just let go, just rest, just sit down, do nothing. It's a good day that we can be thankful for. I ain't doing nothing and don't feel guilty about it. So I praise y'all for the Sabbath day because, I feel good about today because I'm set apart and I'm doing something different from the other heathens that don't know about Yahweh. And I praise Yahweh for the week that I had that carried over. It was a beautiful, we went to Eldership Tobias' homegoing celebration, and that was a beautiful thing because it was sad, but it was beautiful because we know that he loved Yahweh and he praised Yahweh and he was true to Yahweh's word. So that was a beautiful thing because we were there in truth and in righteousness, and that's the way that I felt for that day. So it was a sad day, but it wasn't a sad day. And then the next day was the Sabbath day, which was beautiful. And then the next couple of days I had a wedding. My grandson got married. So it was just, and I put all that together. I put the Elder Tobias going. I put that together with the wedding. So it was just all beautiful and it all came together. And I just bless y'all for the life and the thoughts and the strength and everything that he gives me to keep going and knowing what is going on. So I just praise y'all for being y'all. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Anyone else?
Shabbat shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom.
Praise be to Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
I'm gonna share my first. I got two testimonies, or two comments. Well, one is a testimony. My sister. So a lot of y'all know. I mentioned it in class before that I have guardianship of my sister, and with her disability, she needs a lot of help. It's like taking care of like a newborn almost, except she's an adult. And so with all of her help, I'm only one person. And even though she has like this group of people that supposedly is supposed to look out for her well-being, they don't do what they're supposed to do. And so now I'm in a picture, now I don't have a choice because now I be on it. But anyway, I had to give praises to y'all because of her age, she needs home health care. And now God has granted that to her. Because of her age, I kept getting that from everybody, like, well, she's so young, and they usually use that for the elders and whatnot. And I kept saying, that may be true, but I have documentation that says she needs extra help. And for me to give her all of the help that she needs, I would have had to leave my job in order to do it full time. And I was willing to do that if it came to that, but I still wanted to fight forward anyway, just to see, because I know how good y'all is. And so the assessor came, tried to be slick about it. They didn't want me to know, but my sister and I talked, and she take notes all the time, so now she take notes. So when they had contacted her and she was telling me about it, she went through what she had wrote down, and she had told me what her appointment was. So I went over there, spoke for her, like Yahweh gave me the words to say. And by the next day, I had got a call, like right before I even started my shift. And I'll take that back. Right before I started my second shift, she said, I don't know what you did and I don't know what you said. She said, but your sister got approved. It wasn't even 24 hours later. And I said, well, praise God, And so she said, I had got an email early this morning stating that she was approved. She said, I had never seen her move this fast and yada, yada. She just kept saying, I don't know what you did. I just kept saying, praise God, And so I got off the phone. I called my sister. I said, niece, I told you everything gonna be all right. I called my grandma. My grandma kept trying to give it credit to me. I said, don't kill me. Don't give it to me. Give it to Yahweh, and I want to live. Don't put that on me, And I told her, I said, I don't have that type of power to move that quick. It's only one person, that's God. And so I kept correcting her. And my grandmother's stubborn, so she decided to say, well, thank God. And I'm like, that's fine with me, Grandma. That's what you choose, but I'm going to continue to say Yahweh. And so I just left it at that. But I had to praise Yah because anything could have happened. He didn't have to grant that to my sister, but he did. Even though she knows him because I talked to her about him, but he didn't have to grant that to her. And so I'm very grateful because that takes the load off of me. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
Hallelujah. Yes, ma'am.
Shabbat shalom. I just want to thank y'all also for being y'all, and as a lot of y'all already know, my sisters know. I just celebrated a birthday last weekend, so I want to praise y'all for good times and good spirit and good people. My kid's father, his lady, me and her, we had a really good relationship. So she took me to a place and they had like a silent party, and I never experienced that or whatever, and it was really fun and everything. So I want to just praise y'all, for good friends, family, relationships and everything. Like just for the kids too. This morning I heard like my husband came here and he brought my grandbaby to the our new kids class that we had this morning with my sister Nayari and Zariel. So I just want to praise God for that because that's a good thing. He came here this morning. He said that it was like it was so beautiful. He said it felt good to just come in the house of Israel and see all our children and everybody up and good spirit and everything. And the sister's ready to teach. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I just got to give correction. That was Sister Duriel and Obia. Nayari is retired. Don't I'm retired. These two, I sat in the back and I did my study. I just wanted that piece of credit to be given to the two sisters that it goes to.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Anybody else? What's going on, young man?
I just played y'all for like all I want to go. So nobody just keep and y'all and that. It's just like what everyone come for me and you be children and come and be with your wife.
Anyone else?
Shabbat shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom.
I'd like to give honor, glory, and praise to the Holy One of Israel. His name is Yahweh, by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Blessed that we made it through another Sabbath day. We did have a rough week here and on plantation. Already Tobias homegoing. My father's homegoing. And I went to work and found out one of my bosses took his own self home. Took his own self somewhere. Don't say that like that. But it was just tragic. But I'm just glad that we made it through another week. Y'all bless everyone that's here searching, keeping his will alive. Those on the internet, those who just dead Jacob who need to wake up. Glad he still got the Ruach in you, that you still had that breath to have an opportunity that we all have. Pray that we all get to keep this opportunity and strive for it. I'm thankful that the sister did the youth class this morning. This one, hallelujah, he coming back. Even though I had to wake him up a little hard. But thank you for everything that y'all doing for the youth and the future of Israel and us. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Anybody else?
I'll bring this to God again. Hallelujah. I want to read Psalm 145 if y'all don't mind. Even though y'all see me smiling, believe me, my heart is heavy. My family is going through something that is just beyond that I never thought that we would go through. And I can't share it at this time because we ain't got through it yet. So when we get through it, then I can give that great testimony of what we going through or whatnot. But I had read Psalm 145 last night. I was just in meditation, just thinking, and I had come across Psalm 145, and it picked me up because I had been feeling just down, and I tell myself like, get up, and I just wanted to. It's times where I just want to give up, and it's so funny because before I had got to Psalm 145, every time I feel that way, my sister calls me. And she's like, Crash. Or that's what they call me. My family call me Crash, Precious. You know, she's like, Crash. And I'm like, oh, crap. That's right. I have to take care of you too now. I can't fall down, you know. And reading this, it put that lioness is awake. When I tell you she up, that's why I had to stand up. Because I just don't know. I've really been going through it. But it says, I will extol thee, my Elohim, O King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever. Every day will I bless thee, and I will praise thy name forever and ever. Great is Yahweh, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise thy works to another, and shall declare thy mighty acts. I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty, and of thy wondrous works. And men shall speak of the might of thy terrible acts, or terrific acts, and I will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter the memory of thy great goodness, and shall sing of thy righteousness. Yahweh is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy. Yahweh is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee, O Yahweh, and thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom, and talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts, and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all generations. Yahweh upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season. Thou openest thine hand, and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. Yahweh is righteous in all his ways, and holy is all his works. Yahweh is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry, and will save them. Yahweh preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy. My mouth shall speak the praise of Yahweh, and let all flesh bless the holy name forever and ever. Hallelujah. It touched my heart, and it woke me up, and I just keep telling myself, Yahweh got us. He got us. He got the power. He ain't brought me from where I've been to just stop now. You know what I'm saying? He gonna bring me from everything I've been through to just throw me away now and be like, bye. You know, he's not gonna do that. That he's not a man that he can lie. And so I just have to be strong, get through this. But when we get through this, I got a testimony for y'all. Y'all not gonna believe this. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Don't get through it.
Hallelujah.
Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Giving our praise, our honor, and our worship, my Yahweh, Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
I just want to read Deuteronomy. Well, it's like a testimony in there. And remember that thou was a servant in the land of Egypt, and that Yahweh Elohim brought thee out thence to a mighty hand by a stretched out arm. Therefore, Yahweh Elohim commanded thee to keep the seventh day. I read that, and because I always wondered, like, Yahweh say, take joy in his seventh day. And I always wondered, like, why he said that. Like, I wonder what made it so special, where it came from, the origins of it. And I read this, and I understood. Seventh day is a day where we can take a break. We can actually have time to praise our Yah. I'm so glad for that. But then I read that, and so I wondered, if this where the seventh came from, where all the other feast days come from? And I was wondering if you knew where those scriptures were, so I can read that.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir. Hallelujah. Anyone else? Yes, little daughter.
Can I read Proverbs 3, verse 5?
Yes, you can.
Trust in Yahweh with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding, shall direct thy path. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. It shall be head to thy navel and marrow to thy bones.
Hallelujah. We're gonna answer your question, young man. Are there any other questions?
I have two.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
All right.
The first one is, and it's kind, I don't know if it's silly or not, but it's kind of silly to me, I guess. I was watching a video and a lady, like, and she was speaking, her lock had fell out, and so she sewn it back in. And I was wondering, like, if our hair, you know, if you still have your hair, if your hair fall out, are you supposed to sew it back in? Like, what you supposed to? Maybe you throw it. Can you sew it back in? Do you throw it away? What do you? You know, what is there? Is that like against the against one of Yahweh's commandments, statutes, ordinances, and whatnot to do that? So that's my first question. And then my second question, Hayek had helped me with it a little bit earlier, but the Songs of Solomon, I'm right there now, and I was confused because it goes back and forth with like loving he and loving she, and so he helped me out. He said it was like two conversations going on, but he also told me to bring it up in class too, so I'm bringing it up because that's where I'm at, and I was like, I don't know what I just read, and then it made me feel bad about myself. I said, where have I been doing with my life? You know, and I don't understand something like this because I understand it just was like love or whatnot. It's just it went way over my head. I'm like, I don't know what I'm reading, but I had read chapters 1 and chapter 2, and I just stopped. I said, okay, let me push pause and get understanding. So those are my two questions. If you can fit it into class on our neighborhood trip.
Hallelujah. We come here to take trips, don't we? Get a break from reality. We go places. Anybody else? Any other questions?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Last day was my son the other day. Just turned 11. I talked to him, you know. Baby mama influenced me to talk back against me. It kind of, you know what I mean, hurt my feelings. He talked out against me. By, I know, man, he informed me by the speech. But I feel like she wanted me to pay for it. You know, she got insurance to the car, but I'm not going to pay something before him. Y'all not see him. And my question about it, I think, you know, in Malachi or something said the prophet comes to turn the heart to the children back to the father. And you know I say some hard stuff about my father, but I put getting out shot to all of my father and my day when they did because you know I mean, no one be fathers, so you know I have my mom. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Anybody else?
Shoot, like you got.
Yes.
I was going to say, I forgot this earlier. I learned the full meaning of doctrine not covenant. I thought I understood it, apparently I did. It's the desire of something that's not yours, like the desire of something that someone else owns. Like they have a real nice car and you own it, and it leaves other things like stealing, it leads to murder, and of course it leads to lying because you lie about it, to get away with it. And you know, I just want to praise y'all for learning that because I did not fully understand, and I was nowhere near that when I thought I understood it. And last Sabbath, I was asking y'all to give me the question because I hadn't had a question in a long time, and I was worried because I know I don't understand everything. So I was trying to get some questions because I know I know if I have questions, I don't understand something, I can learn. But if I don't have a question, I worry, am I learning or do I really get it? You know, so I get worried. You know, so I just want to praise y'all for giving me some questions today. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Y'all been busy.
Yes.
Busy. That's what we like. And ask that question again, young man, that you had. The feast days, right? You want to know where the feast days came from. Of the mighty Yah. Hallelujah. Any other questions before we start our journey? Yes, ma'am.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I just wanted my husband to read something for me.
Uh-huh.
It's Psalms 20,
Psalms 20.
60,
I'm sure he's gonna do that.
67.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Psalms 20, at verse 6 through 9, 6 and 7. Hallelujah. Now know I that Yahweh saving his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven, with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of Yahweh our Elohim. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's beautiful. Hallelujah. Any other questions? All one. Going twice. Any questions? Tom? Anything? Only bad question is the one that goes back out the door with you. Anybody? Anything?
I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to get like a full understanding of, of Hebrew. I was raised up in Christianity.
All right.
I just wanted to get full understanding of things.
A full understanding of what it is to be Hebrew and the Hebrew life.
I'm sure y'all heard it 1,000 times.
No, we haven't heard enough because we still trying to figure out what it is to be Hebrew and the Hebrew life. We still on our journey. That's another reason why. I won't say it one last time. Anything else from anybody else? All right. Well, that's good.
Buckle down, everybody. Okay. So that's why you were here early today.
Let's go to Psalms. Because you're not the only one. For 18 years. For 18 years. I knew I was well, let me take it back. I wasn't that serious. I just did it because my mother did it. And my father did it. And their father and mother did it. And their father's mother and father did it. So in other words, we just did stuff and people still just do things because this is what is just passed along to do. And nobody stands up. Nobody says, well, why? Why? We just get in the mode of going along to get along. And believe you me, the odd thing about that is that starts to permeate or that starts to get into every aspect of our life. We just go along to get along. Hey, you don't really need to question this. Don't ruffle the feathers. Be good. And then on top of that, we've come into a world where that was really stressed to us by them that had rule over us as a people. You're here to be ruled over, and you don't rock the boat. What we say is final, and don't question it. And that's still in our mind. Well, what they say, what they call in like mainstream, what it said, you don't question that. And that's how everything stays, good. We even, and most of the time that's with us adults. Because the mind of a child is a little bit different in the sense that it does what it's naturally supposed to do. And that is question things. And see, like I said, it's doing what's natural. We're unnatural. We stop that. We stunt that. Like my brother said, that's very astute observation he made. That's how one is learning. It's through questioning.
That's right.
So when we get our kids and we start telling them, don't bring me all them questions. Don't worry about that. And we start giving them that kind of attitude. Actually, what we're doing is we start stunting their growth. We start giving them that part of the brain where we start taking away and we shut it down. You see? And we do that. And we do that a lot of times because we ill-equipped to give them answers ourselves. Or take the time to give them answers because we don't know it ourselves. We're ill-equipped to deal with it, so we feel like they are ill-equipped to receive it. And my young man said, he said, that's how, what you say, young fella? He said, that's how I think I know I'm learning.
That's right. Hallelujah.
When I have questions.
Yeah.
And so we do it at home. And then nowadays, the place that we send them for learning, they do the same thing. Don't question. They just throw a little sheet in front of them. Read this, get this. I made my son came home. He said, we don't question nothing. And then if you ain't there, they just tell you should have been there. They don't even want to go back and study with you. They just say you should have been there. Figure it out. I said, this is the school system now? When I was coming up, we had teachers, and that's what the teachers, just like I did, are there any questions? And the whole room sat there and didn't have no questions. They literally held you hostage. Wait a minute. Y'all ain't leaving here till somebody asks something, because I know all of y'all don't understand what we just went over. Them the kind of teachers I had. But they have to be questioned because that is true learning. Does it say Psalms?
Yes, sir.
119.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
119. Yeah, what is it about being a Hebrew and the Hebrew life? And somebody said, well, hold on. And they said that right, because they know that we get ready to blast off. So we're not only going to ask, what is it about being a Hebrew? We're going to ask the fundamental question about what is life, period. And to have life. Let's see, a lot of times I run into people and have ran into people and been with my teacher and we ran into people. And they say, well, I don't believe that that's who I am. I still believe I'm a Christian. I still believe I'm a Muslim. I still believe I'm a Pan-Africanist. I still believe I'm an Egyptologist. I still believe I'm this. I still believe I'm that. They say, and I believe that's for them people. And I say, well, even if you don't believe that, not only have the Almighty spoken to one group of people, but really the word of Yah, he's spoken to all man.
Hallelujah.
You got Psalm 119?
Yes, sir.
It's just that them that he pulled out and made close to, the family that he pulled out and made close to them, he gave that family a special understanding of who he is. So when we had questions, we go right to the source.
Hallelujah.
That's how close he was to us. Psalm 119, verse 19. Look what it says. Start at 17.
Hallelujah. Deal bountifully with thy servant, that I may live and keep thy word.
See, deal bountifully with thy servant, that I might live and keep thy word. Well, how you gonna deal? What do you mean deal bountifully with thy servant? You don't mean just giving money, just having a lot of cars and clothes. Deal bountifully with thy servant. What is bountiful? To be bountiful, to have bounty. What is that? To have bounty, that's an accumulation of things. So you want to accumulate things. And what is the greatest thing one can accumulate? It's above riches, above silver, above gold. You raise your hand, young man. What is that? There you go.
Hallelujah.
Wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And that's what you seek to ask from the Almighty. To grant you, that's what Solomon asked. When Solomon ascended to the throne of Israel, the Almighty loved him so much because he didn't ask, as the Almighty said, you didn't ask for the life of your enemies. You didn't ask for riches, gold and silver. He said, but you asked me, when I sat you on the throne, the first thing you asked me for was the wisdom to be able to rule this people. Because you know that that's what you're going to need. You're going to need me. No money going to help you be able to rule Israel. No iron fist going to be able to help you rule Israel. They will run you out of Dodge. They will wear you out. So you're going to need me. Not only Israel, life in general. If you don't have me, it can wear you out. There's a lot of things that come at you. And sometimes they come at you in rapid succession. They don't take too much of a break. What? And it'll make your head spin like the little girl on that movie where her head was spinning. So you need a source. You need a source that can help you endure See? Not the only one. And you won't be the only one. Ask all them people that don't have no check right now. Because life ain't stopped. While people playing with their lives, life ain't stopped. They got worries. They got things coming at them. Huh? And this is a prelude. I'll touch on it another time, but this is a prelude. Scripture say, if you have eyes and can see, ears and can hear. So pay attention to this. If you have eyes that can see and ears that can hear, but we'll deal with that later. But he said, deal bountifully with thy servant that I may live.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And when he say live, that's also encompassing know how to live. Because many people don't know how to live. They know how to die, but they don't know how to live. Christ said we have made a covenant with death. And with Sheol are we in agreement? That's our outlook is death. Death. Where you got a whole generation talking about if you're 25 years old, you an old person. What kind of stuff is that? I mean, people that having a 26th and 25th and 28th birthdays, and they tell me, oh, I feel so old. Everyone I meet now, I just want to slap them. I look at her, what? You feel what? I just feel so old. It take all I have. I got to put my hand in my pocket. What is wrong with you? Huh? But this is the mindset. Because they don't know how to live. They don't have much to live for. But he said, teach me or be bountiful with me that I may live. And not only live, while I live, let me keep your word.
Hallelujah.
So that's living. That's living. Huh?
Hallelujah.
That's living.
Yes, it is.
I was listening to the Moray earlier today. Somebody, and they was questioning him on the Sabbath day. They said, well, people got to work. So people got to run the water plant. People got to do this. People got to do that. I said, yeah, in this land they do. I said, but the Almighty had us with the children of Israel. When nobody running no water plants. Because every man had a fresh stream of water. Not even in antiquity, even down south. If you know anything about down south, they didn't have no big water plants that sent you a bill every month. And you got to come and pay this. When you could go right outside and they had wells dug. And you just crank that bucket right on down in that well and get that water and bring it right on up to you. Fresh water running out of streams. That's much better than the water we drinking that's supposed to be treated and purified in these cities that's charging us.
Right.
And I got to speak truth, they charging us to kill us. Because they'll tell you, well, we couldn't get everything out. But we got most of the toxic stuff out. A little bit ain't never hurt nobody. Little bit of sludge ain't gonna kill you. Yes, it is. When it adds up, it will. Not because we don't know. Man don't know how to live. Leave man to himself, and he gonna do exactly what he's doing, and that is he gonna self-destruct. He gonna self-destruct. Then verse 18, brother, what it say?
Open thou my eyes that I may behold wondrous things out of thy law.
So you got to open your eyes so you can see the wondrous things that come from his law. Because his law not only governs, I'm going to tell a little thing that people might not know. His law not only governs Israel, his law governs all of creation. His law governs every man. Not only the laws, the commandments that he gave Israel, but the laws that's natural and that's universal. Because there's universal law. There's laws, and most of the Almighty laws are universal. When he established the law of man murdering man, that wasn't spoken just to Israel. But the Almighty said, whosoever sheddeth man blood, by man shall his blood be shed. When the Almighty spoke and defined what was clean, when Noah, he told Noah, take what's clean on the boat by 2 pairs. He already established what was clean for all mankind. The law of adultery. It was never okay for any righteous man to deal with another man's wife. That's why when Father Abraham went to Abimelech and he went to down in Egypt, and Abimelech got a hold of Sarah, Abimelech, when the Almighty came to him and told him what was going down, Abimelech came back and told Abram, he said, what you do to me? And what have I done to you that you would make me to transgress in such a way? Because every man that's worth a grain of salt know that this is wrong for another man to sleep with another man's wife. I don't care what he is. I don't care if he comes from China. I don't care if you go to France. I don't care if you go to Germany. I don't care if you go to Africa. You should know that it's wrong. If there's any decency in the fabric of that society, you should know that that's wrong to deal with another man's wife. Only way you don't know that is if you just indecent. So the Creator, so it says here, open down my eyes that I may see the wondrous things out of your, what comes forth from keeping your law. Because what comes forth from keeping your law is beautiful. What comes forth from keeping your law is peace and harmony. And all the things that people say they chasing, all they have to do in their pursuit of it is give themselves over to the laws and the commandments and the ways of Yah. And they'll find it. They'll find it. That's what we're trying to do. Give ourselves over to the ways of Yah. And we'll find peace. We'll find harmony. We'll find it in our homes. We'll find it in our marriages. We'll find it in our friendships. We'll find it in our families. We'll find it on our occupations. We'll find it everywhere we go because we'll be pursuing it, because we'll be looking for it, because we'll be looking to keep the way of Yah wherever we go. Because that's the wonderful things that come out of his law. And him being the creator is the only one that can do this. I can't do it on my own. I'm not powerful enough. Because verse 19 will tell you what I was when I was born into this world and what I still am. Read verse 19.
I am a stranger in the earth.
I'm a stranger. That's why when I came out and my eyes, they were all big and open. And I was looking like all babies. Have y'all witnessed that? That all babies come out with the same look. And not even the humankind, even in the animal, they all come out. When they come out with that big old wide, taking everything in. Because when they are born, they're strangers here. This is whole new ball game. We don't know nothing. Wipe the slate. I was gonna do it, but somebody took time to do it. Wipe the slate clean. Because you don't know nothing. And when you come to Yah, that's how one has to be. He have to wipe the slate clean, dealing with Yah, because we don't know nothing. We strangers here in his earth.
Hide not thy commandments from me.
So we need him to guide us in this land of the living. We need him to show us in this land of the living. It's just like when you take your child home and he start moving around the house, you set up things and barriers and things, institute things that will keep him safe, that will safeguard him. Not to hold him back, but to safeguard him. You buy the baby gates and put him at the steps. So he don't get to walking around, because he don't know nothing. He been walking, he don't know nothing. He don't know what that is. So he just walking. Oh, that's all right. Next thing you hear, don't. What the? And he on the bottom of the step. He was, your heart dropped out. But you know. So you do things for him because he don't know. But the Creator is the same way. When he put us here, he did things for us because we don't know. But not to hinder us, like most people mind have been given to, but to safeguard us that we might live. When the baby reached out and he touched the stove that you had on, the oven, you hit his hand. Not out of being mean, you hit his hand to let him know that's bad behavior, because that can hurt you. So that's why the Almighty also has to sometimes testing us, because that's bad behavior you instilling. I gotta chastise, but that's why he tell us, don't fear my chastisement. For whom I love, him I correct. And I'm gonna tell you, he love you because he only wants you to return to him. And you don't return to him, going away.
That's right.
You set one of your children down. Anybody that have children, if you set them down and they just start running down the aisle, and you say, come back here, and they keep running, and they return to you. You say, come here. And they turn around, they come back to you, they're returning back to you. You can't return, say you're returning to Yah, and you're running from it. But people live like that. They say they're returning back to the Lord, but they're running from everything the Lord tell them to do. So we must recognize we're strangers here. We're strangers in this earth. And we're like little babies. And what the Almighty say in the book of Isaiah? See, that's why every Sabbath day, not only do we drop idols, not only do we drop worries, not only do we drop burdens, but we should drop all preconceived notions when we come to the house of Yah. Because the Creator said, I magnify this word and make it honorable. And even if we have taught this lesson 1,000 times, 1,001 is got something in it that 1,000 didn't have in it. Even for Brother Aaron. We can never teach. My predecessor said I'd never be able to teach this book. Till the day I die, I'll still be seeing great things out of this book. I'll still see something that I didn't see yesterday. And I could just be done spoke on it. The Almighty will still give me something else. Because that's just how great He is. That's just how wonderful He is. And He's like that if you seek Him. And if you come to Him ready to let Him show you. Now, you come to Him and you already know everything. You come to Him and you got all the answers. You come to Him and there ain't nothing that He can show you. Then, of course, there is nothing He can show you. There's nothing I can show you. There's nothing that you can read to show you the error of your way. But if every time you open up this book, you refresh your mind, like they do on the computer, refresh it. Start over. You refresh your mind, refresh your spirit, and give yourself, bend your will to fit in with the will of Yah. I guarantee you, you're going to see glorious things and wondrous things.
Oh, God.
If you make yourself like this. I'm 47 years old, but every time I study the Almighty Word, I have to be like this. Isaiah 28 and 9.
Hallelujah.
I'm a 47-year-old baby. Y'all ever heard that?
Yeah.
You ever heard of a 47-year-old baby?
Yes.
Yeah.
Said that earlier.
47-year-old baby. Huh? In my mama's eyes, I'm a 47-year-old baby. And in the Almighty, I'm a 47-year-old baby. Put that coat on. What is you doing looking out the window? Go get in the bed, get some rest. 47-year-old baby. 28:9.
Hallelujah. Whom shall He teach knowledge?
Huh?
And whom shall He make to understand doctrine?
See, that's when I don't have many conversations. When I meet you and you want to converse, but you got every answer, every question you ask me, you got the answer to it. I said, well, what you need me for then? Conversation over. You can't ask me questions, but you got the answer to it. You don't need me. Creator said, and the Almighty same way. You already know, then you don't need me. Because whom should you teach knowledge? Yeah, to whom? Whom should you make to understand doctrine?
Them that are weaned from the milk.
See, I don't get into many arguments with my children. I tell them, look, do this. Don't. I ain't looking at nobody. I just look over that way. But I tell them, I said, well, go ahead then. You know it, go ahead with your bad self. Show me. And I just go sit in my little hole till everything happens. Then they come back. Daddy. Yes. You right. What? You're right. Oh, you just now figured that out, huh? I know I look like this, but give me some credit. Open mind. See, even in my dealings, that I know the word of Yah is the only truth, I still go and interact with people, even though I know they in falsehood. I still go to them with an open mind. I still go to them with a mind to hear them out. And then that's what makes this so easy. because they give me everything I need to work with. I don't even have to try hard now because I have an open mind just to hear them. Okay, now let me repeat what you just said. Then you say. Then see when they repeat it back to them, now they like, yeah, that don't make no sense. Does it? You twisting my, I ain't twisting nothing. Did you say that? Yeah, okay. But the mind, it's not closed. It's open. Whom do you make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. Then the Almighty won't even teach us how to learn. Precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. This is how you learn. And you have an open mind, because the word of Yah, like I said, is for everybody. I'm a teacher of this word. But you don't think that I don't have flaws? So the Almighty must sometimes, even if they're not Israelites, He must send people my way to teach me, to bring and keep me in the way. Now with a closed mind, I ain't got to listen. You? Who is you? Then I don't get nothing. Mind have to be receptive in this world. And when the mind is receptive, I'm going to tell you again for the third, you will see so many things open up in this beautiful world. Some people think I done left America and traveled the world.
Right.
I ain't been nowhere. Barely got out of College Hill. Doing well to do that. What? No, you must have been. I ain't been nowhere. I have opened up my mind to the Almighty, who is everywhere. And He's taking me. I told bro, I said, yeah, I time traveled. He looked at me like I was 14 karat crazy. I said, yeah, I've been in the past, been in the present, and I've been in the future. He what? I know he got scared and say you can't put it back in. Yeah. Yeah. But that's what we, like I said, if it was there, or if I see it, I'll let you know different. But ain't nothing that say you can't. And go to Deuteronomy. Just want an overview. And what it is, this Hebrew way is. What is Hebrew way? An overview of it. And you have to understand Brother Aaron's overviews are long. They're not short and simple. I ask people what answer you want. They say, what you mean? Do you want the short or the long version, like a record? They used to make records, long and short version. And when I ask them how much time you have. Got Deuteronomy 4th chapter?
Deuteronomy chapter 4, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I just want you to, they're going to be astonished, most of the class. Verse 6. But no, they ain't going to be astonished because I can't do it. 4th chapter, verse 1.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgment which I teach you for to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which Yahweh Elohim of your fathers giveth you. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what Yahweh did because of the false deity. For all the men that follow the false deity, Yahweh thy Elohim hath destroyed them from among you. But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh your Elohim are alive, every one of you this day.
And there's a reason why he destroyed people that follow false deities, because the false deities, and he destroyed the deity itself, or the God, because it can't do nothing for you.
Hallelujah.
It can't do nothing for you. The God can't do nothing for you. The God can't do nothing for you. And them that know him and follow him, they not much help to you. That's why in the days to come, like I said, this, believe it or not, and I tell my sons this all the time, I tell the class this, believe it or not, you're coming into the age of where it's going to be a glorious time to be an Israelite.
That's right. Yeah.
My brother was asking about the servants of Yah last week. Well, you coming into an age and a time where this is the time to really put it out there that you follow Yah.
Hallelujah.
And that you know Yah.
Hallelujah.
Because things are happening in the world that so many people and most people don't have the answer to. Don't have a clue. But you do. And the churches don't have the answer. Their mosque don't have the answer. Their little social clubs don't have the answer. The colleges and universities don't have the answer. Then they'll run into little old you, working your little 9 to 5, or 11 to 7, or 10 to 8, or whatever it is. Some of us working the 10 to 8 and 11 to 7 and part of the 9 to 5s on top of it. But they're running the little old you, and little old you is the one that helped them with their life's dilemma.
Hallelujah.
They said, where you learn that at, buddy? What school you go to? I tell them all, now I go to the University of Life.
Yeah.
Chancellor is Yah, the Most High.
Hallelujah.
Professors are Mr. Law, Mrs. Commandments, Mrs. Wisdom,
Hallelujah.
Dr. Understanding. That's where I go.
Hallelujah.
And none of this other stuff. And believe you me, I was there. I'm speaking to you not as somebody that don't know you. I'm speaking to you as somebody, like I said, that do know you. For 18 years, I was out there, and like I said, I just did stuff because I did Christmas because. Did Easter because. Well, I never stopped to say to my parents, why we do this? I never stopped. And now my parents explain Santa Claus to me. There's things I found out since being in the way of Yah that I never knew when I was doing those things. And somebody said, if you're going to do something, you should at least know what you're doing. Don't that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Don't that make sense?
Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
If you don't drive, you better know how to drive.
That's right. There's gonna be an accident.
Or you won't be driving long. Huh? Told you I'm a mischievous child. Thought I had that old Ford. He's in the store, take it too long. I jumped front seat. I popped that bad boy down. Gives you went R. I don't even know what R meant, but I just wiggle and jiggle and it moved. He came out, he had parked in one place. He came back out there, it was somewhere else. It was where it backed up and wound up at as it hit the boom. And I climbed back in the back seat. And how my car get here? Of course, my favorite thing. I don't know. You don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
If you're going to do something, if you're going to involve yourself with a gentleman, you better know something about it.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You can have the clown prince.
Yeah.
And you're going to involve yourself with a woman. You better know something. Come home and be locked up with Harley Quinn. Wow, what's this? You better know something. Huh? You going someplace. Moving it, you better know something.
Right. Hallelujah.
You come here, you gotta know something.
Right.
You knew where they'll come here. What's going on there? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. No, that ain't enough. I need to know something.
Right. Hallelujah.
Don't do something that you don't know what you're getting into. That's one of our traits. That's one of our problems. I want that. And do you know it? I want that. Don't know nothing about it. Just sign right here. Okay. You sign. Next thing you know, you got recall all over the place. Didn't do no research on it. See, I tell you, nation, they know. They know. Look at people that go vote. Then they holler at you, and I look at them and I say, y'all just so silly. You just go vote and you vote just because it say D or R. Don't know what the person stand for. But because your daddy told you he vote like this, and his daddy vote like this, again, just going along to get along. But you don't question. And now look, you see a lot of people, they want to talk like this. Oh, that Donald Trump, he messing everybody up. Hey, oh, God gonna get him. He messing everybody up. I said, well, he ain't the only one involved in this. What about them people that got the D behind their name? They messing everybody up too. Because if they really cared about their constituents who put them in, they lay down their pride and say, well, for the sake of these people being able to get their lives back together, we'll concede a little bit and work it out later. Just so these people that voted us in can get back to normalcy. But they about as bad as he is. Well, we ain't gonna do it because like some kids. They look like kids in the street yard, schoolyard. Well, you took your ball. Give me my pens. I'm going home. Everybody they look like my little kids. Pitiful. But this what you went and stood 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours for people that don't care nothing about on both sides of the aisle. They wrecking your life. What you do it because this what's been told for you to do. And when you don't do it, now you the bad guy. You the nut. But nah, we ain't not the nuts. Like I said, nah, I ain't vote for none of these clowns. Cause my help, all my help, come from y'all.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Where they at when I really need help? Just call a congressman. Yeah, call. I called him 50 times. He never called me back. Where they at in the midnight hour? See, ain't nothing, they ain't struggling. They trying to shut down and sending out people checks with zeros on it, but they still getting paid.
That's right.
While they bickering on, they still getting paid. Life ain't stopped for them. But they done halted many of people's lives. I'm talking about people that got sick children. They need health care right now. We'll get to you later. Later might be too late. See, we've been saying it. It's just a game. And that's what the Almighty is using this for. To show. Now, I didn't know that had I never came to this way of life.
Hallelujah.
I'd be out there voting, hollering Democrat or Republican or independent like everybody else. I wouldn't know what to do as far as doing what's bountiful in the sight of Yah. Had I not, or had Yah not came and chose me and picked me out. I'm one out of my whole family. I'm just one. I got some that's curious, but I'm one. And they old verbiage, I'm the black sheep. Well, for me, that's a good thing. So let's flip it. I'm the white sheep. I'm the oddball out.
Right.
All of them. Ain't that right? Huh? Let's see, they talk to my son. I ask him these things because they talk to him. Because they won't talk to me.
Right.
So they ask him things like, man, what's wrong with your daddy? Same thing that's been wrong with him before I had him. Don't ask him, ask me. Hey, your daddy just, he on the wild side. Don't talk to him. But he know what to do. He tell him, well, go talk to him then. Bring him back off the wild side. Then he say, see, he done corrupted that boy. I ain't did nothing to him but raised him. That's what I done did to him. That he might know. I talked with a brother earlier today, not to get off the side question. Well, read this. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my Elohim commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
They're wise and understanding people. And they will say this about us when we keep the way of Yah. When we don't keep the way of Yah, it's just like I said, this is why he called us the children of Israel. Life with Yah is no different than our natural life here on earth. When we in good graces, we bring honor and everything good. When we in bad graces, we bring shame, Just like your child, when he in good graces, he bring honor. There's smiles. You're happy. You're jubilated with. You say, yeah, you. That's my boy right there. When he go out and he cut up and tear up and misrepresent, you just want to Simpson choke him. You know, get snatch a knife, get. And there's dishonor, there's disgrace. Then he got to work your way through that and get him back up to being honorable. When the Almighty, that's what he said, in keeping his way, we're going to be wise to people. And we're going to have understanding.
What nation is there so great?
I was talking to my brother about a law this morning. Let's go hold this. Well, finish that.
For what nation is there so great, who have Elohim so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our Elohim is in all things that we call upon him for?
In all things that we call upon him for.
And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day?
See, even when we're wrong, if you want to be right, and you really call out on Yah, he gonna show you how to get right. That's how near he is to you. If that's what you really want, he gonna show you how to get right. If that's what you want. But I was talking with a brother today about a particular law. Go to Deuteronomy 23 and verse 10. See, this ain't church in the conventional sense. I don't wish. Had I been left out there, I would be giving you a nice show right now. Because I know how to do that. Hey, and I'll be giving you a nice show right now. Yeah, we have a big fancy choir, maybe on both sides of the room, just blaring out songs and everything. But I can't give you a show, but I can give you something better. And that's true. And that's some knowledge, that's some wisdom, that's some understanding. I can give it to you because the Almighty give it to us. Like I said, the only question is, do you want it? You got Deuteronomy 23?
Yes, sir.
Read verse 10.
Hallelujah. If there be any among you, if there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness, that chasteneth him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp.
What? If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of accident that chance him by night, then he shall go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp. And you say, when I was growing up, and we talked about this law, and then the brother asked certain things. I said, well, when I was growing up, again, there's conversations that you didn't have. So there's a lot of things in not having those conversations, and hold Deuteronomy, because we're going to come back to that fourth chapter. But there's a lot of things in not having those conversations that as a stranger, as a young man, I'm left figuring it out on my own. And a young woman. Because we don't have those conversations. Because we think the subject is too taboo. Then the child is left to figure it out on its own. or with his buddies. That's like gasoline in a match. They got the blind leading the blind, and they trying to figure out something. Well, my buddy said, "Come on, my buddies, they." I said, "They what they say? Yeah, they." Mercy. You know when I do this, something mercy. Listen to me. They don't know nothing. But this is how we are reared. And see, for a lot of people, this is even for some of us, it might be something where we have to let the lump pass through our throat. Because what is this talking about, class?
Talking about a man.
Talking about, yeah, we know it's talking about a man.
Having an issue in the night.
Yeah.
Or by chance or by accident.
Yeah.
He might have wet himself.
Not wet itself. Elder, come on, Elder, tell us the truth.
What cream?
Oh, yes, that's what they called them in our days. See, and see how taboo it still is? Yeah. Everybody start sweating and everything. It's just beads of sweat just coming down people. He wet his. That's my brother. He know I can teach him like that. He wet his. Nah, just tell him what it is. But this is good because this is what's natural.
Oh yeah.
And this is a conversation you have to have with your son when these things start happening to him. He should feel comfortable to come to you and say, "Dad, something happened to me."
That's right. Oh yeah.
And you should want him to come to you and say, "Dad, something happened to me in this case," because see, you got to let the Almighty infuse this in you. Now you have been signified what stage of life he is in. And that stage is he's coming into his manhood. So now you know you have to sit him down and start having certain conversations about certain things that you wasn't having before. Because that's what this is signaling you. He's ready physiology or physically, he's ready to go to another level. But now what you must do, knowing physically he's ready, you know mentally and spiritually he's not ready. So you must deal with that part to bring that up to speed with that which is taking place physically. And reassure him that he's not nothing wrong with him. Oh, y'all, I'm going. Crazy look again now. I'm just going. Y'all don't. Y'all. Nah, y'all. Do you understand? So some of y'all just done tapped out on me or something. I mean, again, do you understand? See, we just read it and say, "Oh, they went out to war and this happened," and it's a stigma.
That same thing happens to women.
It's a stigma, but this is signifying when that happens. This is signifying to you what time it is with your boy.
Yes, sir.
So you can handle him accordingly, and stop giving him childish things and a childish mind to run out here with. Because if he don't learn from you, he gonna learn from somebody, and he gonna learn it somewhere. But it might bring you shame the way he learned it, and bring him shame. So when we had them conversations, you bet your bottom dollar.
Hallelujah.
It's been there and done that. But like I said, when I didn't have it, so I'm left to figure out what is this? What am I feeling? Man, that's why the Creator. Remember, see, we said it's also be magnified.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And more than just what he did this, now you gotta go back. When you study this law, that's why I said, like I said, the more I study, now I see what he's saying. The more you study, things are just coming. And like my brother said, young ladies too. You have to have the conversations with them. Let them know what's happening to them. Let them know that, hey, this is the time where your body is changing and you're able to start fulfilling what Yah spoke in creation when he said, I want you to be fruitful and multiply. But let's put the brakes on. Because before we get too fruitful and multiply, let's make sure we got ourselves in the right venue to do all that. Let's make sure all the I's is dotted and the T's is crossed. Then you can fruitfully multiply all you want to. But not downstairs in my basement. And think I'm going to feed them. There's things you must do. Huh? Y'all with me?
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Go ahead.
So ain't nothing wrong with having those conversations, but we run from those conversations. But that's not what Yah said. Go back to Deuteronomy, where he said what? For what nation? For surely this great nation is what? Wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who have an Elohim so near unto them as Yahweh our Elohim in all things that we call upon him for?
Hallelujah. And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before thee, which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself.
Only take heed to yourself. Know what you know. Take heed to yourself.
And keep thy soul diligently.
Keep your soul diligent. Because you can't help nobody if you ain't helped yourself. If you ain't learned the lesson yourself, you can't pass the lesson on. So take heed to yourself.
And keep thy soul diligently.
Keep your soul diligent. That's why I always tell him, man, I ain't telling you nothing to try to cramp your style. I'm telling you because I've been there and I've done that. Everything you can come to me with, I've been there and I've done that. Now, I didn't know what that meant when I was growing up. Say, we've been there and done that. I was like, huh? He said, what? Where you go? Man, I'm just trying to do it. But I learned. That's what they're saying. They don't experience this. I can't come to them with what they haven't seen. They seen it. The people I was around. Because I was around and people I was like, my mama said, he old himself. She said, y'all always around old people. My mama said, he old himself. But that's my comfort zone. That's my comfort zone. I kid you not, I can count on my hands my friends who are my contemporaries, me my same age. I count them on my hand that I grew up with. The other people I hung around was all adults. All adults. We go to family reunion, that thing, kids be running all around. You find me with all the grown men. Mama used to have to come, go play. I get to looking at them, they run out. Right here with
Right.
Steady, hanging on to his every word. That was my comfort zone. Because they've been there. That's the reason why y'all might say honor the hoary-headed man. That's honorable. That need to be honored. If he need to be honored, honor him. Because when you look at him, and when it say him, it's not just describing him. You got to honor, even though it says him, you got to honor that woman. Like a mother Zarah. Lived on this planet for 90 years. You see everything. When you look at that woman, you see everything on her. You see life, you see joy, you see pain, you see many of her experiences written all in her face. So you have to honor that. She done seen and forgot things that you just getting ready to get embarked on. Seen things that you have not seen. Saw Jim Crow. Saw segregation at its ugliest. Where it didn't have a mask on. Today it's got a mask on. It's still there, but it's got a mask on today. So you can't really recognize it. But she's seen these things. Oh, they seen these things. That's why when they talking and they might slip, they might, you don't blurt it in unless you just have to help them. But they slip because their mind has seen it's so much up here that they got a wreck that they carrying around. No, I tell you, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. And you sit there, and it might be 2 hours. You go back. I got it. What is it, Grant? But you gotta honor them. But I'll teach you how bad society is. It tell them, here's how you honor them. Stick them in the back room of a facility and forget all about them.
Right.
And you also wonder why people have Alzheimer's.
Right.
Because nobody engages, as the person gets older, nobody engages the mind to keep it sharp. And the mind is like any other muscle. If you don't exercise it, it'll weaken. As they progress in life, that's not the time to stick them somewhere and forget about them. That's the time to keep them around and keep engaged. Keep them engaged. See, that's another one. We're gonna make note of these, brother. Note to self. That's why this is saying only what?
Take heed to thyself.
Cause watch this.
And keep thy soul diligently. Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen.
Don't you never forget what you have seen. Right. Like Sis said, he ain't brought me all this way just to drop me off now and speed down the road. Don't forget the deliverance you already have seen.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, you might not know how it's coming or when it's coming, but don't forget that he done delivered you. Go.
At least they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life.
All the days of your life.
But teach them to thy sons.
Teach them to you. See, watch this. This is the relationship I want to have with mine. Teach them what?
To thy son.
I want to be here to teach him, which I am.
And thy son's son.
Now when he does, be fruitful and multiply.
Hallelujah.
That's another 30 years.
Hallelujah.
There's a cap on it. And we know Psalms don't get touched till she 80. So we working. Yes, we working. We working. But when he does, all kidding aside, when he have a son,
yes, sir.
I would like to be here with sound body, sound mind to tell him what I've seen. Because I'm still should be worthy to him. He still should be coming back. Hey, Dad. Huh? When he had that son, hey, Dad, what did you do when you first had me? Because I don't know. Hey, move, boy. Or even if I don't grab him like that. No, you don't do. I'm gonna kill that boy. Because that's what we had when we had him. When they booted us out of the hospital, 3 days, y'all gotta go. Boop. We didn't go back home. We went to my mother. Mother couldn't even get in the door good. She didn't say, hey, Aaron, how you doing? She grabbed him out of my arm, turned around, ran in the back room with him, started saying, I'm fine. Just took my little seat, just sat down and didn't say nothing. I'm fine. When she needed
go to the stove.
Then he go get this. Go get his blanket. I'm nameless now. It's on top of me. But she, get out the way. You don't know what you're doing. Comes, baby, get out, move. I said, wow, okay. Huh? But that was the blessing of Yah. That's the blessing of Yah. And that's what he's saying here. That's how it's meant to be. Not meant to have sons and they don't have grandpas and great grandfathers. I saw a story one time. It was so beautiful. It was, I think, 4 generations in the room all together. And I said, wow, that's out of sight. That's out of sight. And all of them leaning, still leaning on that first, the progenitor. They still leaning on him, down to the youngest. And that's what the Almighty said here. But teach them to everything you have learned. Bless you with longevity. You teach it to your son and to your sons' sons.
Hallelujah.
Stay engaged in the family. We had these conversations. We had these conversations. I said, where I'm gonna be? You know, he got these dreams. What he gonna do? How he gonna knock people out and everything? Make money. I said, so where I'm gonna be? He said, what you want? I said, well, I'm gonna be with you. I'm your trainer. I'm your security. I'm your financial. Listen, when I get myself all the way straightened out, I handle your finances. I'm stuck to you like glue. You're like, I don't know about that one. Give you a little room.
My face being yours.
But no, because I see it. I see it. With a complete stranger, what vested interest do they have in you?
None.
They don't have no vested interest in you. You just hired them to do a job. There's a guy, he retired from football, and that's why he could retire. Because his agent, he had an agent, he had a lawyer. But every contract that he signed, every contract that he signed, from the first one they gave him to the last one that he signed, you know the first people that got their hands on it? His mama and his father, his mother and father. And they read that bad boy up every last page of it. And then he had a sister. And what he did is he took his sister with the money he made and he put her in school to go and study finance. So now when she graduates, she come out, she knows exactly what this is. But before the lawyer got it, before the agent got it, the parents, they and what they didn't, hey, you explain this. You explain what this means. Explain what that means too. Explain. And if they didn't like what they were hearing, you need my boy. You see how they work with them? See, a lot of them, they just thrown to the wolves. Oh, you need me, so we can pay you, so we can make. They said, no, our boy went to college. He can go do anything. You need him. He push you right. Team was like, oh. Call him back. We do need him. Okay, we'll make sure ain't nothing. And that's why he's successful. And that's why in the prime of his career, he said, y'all ain't gonna beat my body up and misuse me and leave me on the sideline. And he ain't came back to the game. And still probably living just as good as you don't even hear nothing from him. That's what unity. But unity can only be achieved if we allow ourselves to be unified in Yah.
Hallelujah.
We make concessions, but concessions is different than unification. Teach what you know, teach it to your sons and your sons' sons. Huh? Because we do it anyway. We do it. You talk, you're a Christian. You talk, you're Muslim. I was taught I was a Christian. But like now, since the Almighty has come and taught me, I have people, you show me, so they will say, well, you wrong. You wrong. Ain't no Israelite. Christian. I said, well, good. All you gotta do is do me one favor. Show me one page where anybody called Christian.
Hallelujah.
You show me, everybody I know, you show me one page. And I don't mean no new book where they done finagled everything. But you show me, and do me one better. You show me where the one you follow call himself a Christian. And then you talk to me about going back to church maybe. I make that statement because I know they ain't gonna never find it. Because he didn't. He never did. And you can go from Matthew to Revelations. And he never called himself and nobody that was with him a Christian. They were never called that until after they hung him on the cross. Years later. And he wasn't called that. Some of his followers were called that by a king named King Agrippa. And King Agrippa called them Christians because when you take that word all the way back to its original meaning, he was insulting them, calling them Cretans,
Yes,
meaning dummies, fools. These Christians, these Cretans, they're Christians. He never said that. So why you want to discourage Brother Aaron and anybody in here for saying they an Israelite, then you will be excoriating your own Christ that they claim they serve. Huh? Let me show you something. Oh, St. John. Fourth chapter.
Hallelujah.
not only was he happy to know he was an Israelite, he was happy to claim. Notice I say claim, make the claim, because he wasn't, but make the claim that he was of a certain tribe. St. John 4 and 22.
Hallelujah. Ye worship, ye know not what ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
For salvation is, in English, it says the Jews, but in the Hebrew, it's of Yehuda or Yehudadim. Because even this woman he talking to, believe it or not, this woman he talking to, she of Hebrew faith or origin, because she a Samaritan. But the people of Samaria have broken away from the house of David in the days of who? Rehoboam. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Under Rehoboam, under Jeroboam, the nation split. That's why early in the chapter, watch what she said. Get verse 4.
Verse 4. And he must needs go through Samaria.
He must have to go, in other words, he had to wait on his journey, he had to pass through Samaria.
Then come he to a city of Samaria, which is called
Shechem,
Shechem,
near the parcel of ground that Yaakov gave unto his son, Joseph. So we're dealing with, geographically, we're dealing with what? Israelites.
Yes, sir.
She was an Israelite, but she was of them 10 tribes that when they broke, went away from the Almighty and went away from Judah. And them 10 tribes started serving idols and wasn't serving Yah. And so that's when you read this whole thing. Give me verse 9.
Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria?
Howbeit you being a Jew, or howbeit you being a Yehuda of the tribe of Judah, how you gonna ask me, a Samaritan, for a drink? Because Jews or Yehudanites don't have nothing to do with Samaritans. Since the days that our fathers split, we ain't had nothing to do with one another. So howbeit you come to me asking me for a drink of water, y'all think y'all too good. Don't you know we don't have dealings with one another? We never came back together. Uh-oh. People always talk about the split. We never came back together. You supposed to be here on earth as Prince of Peace. You ain't brought us back together. And he didn't intend to bring them back together, because now when you turn there and read that statement, look at what he said.
Ye worship, ye know not what.
Yeah, because ever since the day that your father, we split, and your father Rehoboam took y'all and had y'all worshiping from Bethel to Dan, the golden calf, y'all been worshiping what y'all don't even know y'all worship, because y'all been false worshiping. The only true and only 2 tribes that stayed true to the Almighty is the house of David, with the Levites that went with them. The rest of y'all just fell completely into idolatry. So you worshiping what you don't even know.
We know what we worship.
But Judah knows what we worship. For if you want to be saved, See, there's order to all of it.
Oh, yeah.
There's a set way. If the world want to be saved, they got to come through Israel.
Oh, yeah.
But when Israel want to be saved, there is a hierarchy. Guess who Israel got to go through? Those 10 tribes. The house of David.
Hallelujah.
Them 10 tribes got to come back home to to the house and join themselves to the house of David.
Yes, sir.
So says the book of Ezekiel.
Hallelujah.
Take ye one stick and join it with, and for Ephraim and the house of Israel, and take the house and take another stick for the house of David and put them together. And the tribes must come back under the order of the house of David. For the lawgiver should never depart, and the scepter should never leave the tribe of Judah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise God.
They must straighten this out.
That's right.
My Holy One must come from the tribe of Judah. Now, why, Brother Aaron, you're making such a fuss out of that? Because Christ really wasn't from the tribe of Judah. Even though he's making this statement, he was from the tribe of Levi.
Okay.
Come on.
Hallelujah.
So there is no Christian. That's why people running around discombobulated, because there is no Christian. He never talked about Christians or Christianity. He talked about the house of Israel, the tribes of Israel. Even when he told the disciples what they would inherit in the year to come, he said, you will be sitting judging the 12 tribes of Israel. When he saw in Revelation 144,000 being saved, he said he saw 12,000 of each of the tribes of Israel. That made up the 144,000. There weren't no Chinamen and Japanese. No, they were Israelites.
Hallelujah.
So while everybody want to run around, beat their chest about their Christians, show me where salvation is promised to the Christians. Well, I'm not a Christian no more. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Muslim. Well, Muslim only means he who submits. I don't tell you nobody's nationality. I don't tell you what people they are. That's why, yes, a Chinaman can be a Muslim.
That's right.
Japanese can be a Muslim. French can be a Muslim.
Right. And they are.
African can be a Muslim.
Hallelujah. And they are.
A German can be a Muslim. If he submit. But you can't be Israel. Because it's not your blood.
Hallelujah.
Now you can submit, but that's not what Israel denotes. Israel denotes a people by genealogy. That's who we are. Not that we picked up a religion. We are Israel. You have the blood of Israel running through your veins.
Yeah.
And it runs through your people's veins.
Yeah.
And as a result of it running through your veins and running through your people's veins, we obligated to serve Yah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Thank you, God. Hallelujah.
Because he's the one that made us.
Hallelujah.
And he's the one that's going to show us what it is to be Israel. Through these laws, through these statutes, through these commandments, through these ordinances. Not simply because we done grew out afros and we walking around with locks that we pick up and tie them back in our head. I was messing with my sister. Or that we throwing on certain clothes. Or that we speaking with a certain dialect or saying certain words that most people don't know what we're saying. We Israel. Not just because of our black skin. Because all the people around us was black. We Israel because blood courses through our veins.
Oh, God.
Blood courses through our veins. My testimony, I picked this book up and I said, man, and this goes to what I'm saying. I picked this book up and I said to myself in my 18 years of life, I said, man, I want to read it from the beginning. And I started reading it, and I said, Genesis. And I was reading, and I was like, I'm good now. And I was reading, and I said, wow. And I got right to the 5th chapter. And I was like, yeah, this hot. I said, this is the book of the generation of Adam in the day. And I got right here. And I said, yeah. And I got here, and I got to this book of genealogy. And when they started hitting me with names like Enosh, Canaan, Mahala, because at that time, Mahala, who is these? I closed the book. Can't even pronounce that stuff. That ain't talking about me anyway. They told me that's talking about that Jewish man. They told me they're talking about the man I see on TV. So that don't pertain to me. I was just trying to read it because I ain't never read it from the beginning. Then I ran into some little brother. He said, who are you? I said, I'm Aaron Thomas. He said, no, who are you? I said, man, I just told you. Aaron Thomas. Grew up in College Hill, live in Cincinnati. I was a gang bang, I probably was West Side, you know what I'm saying? I said, that's who I am. What do you mean, who am I? First conversation, when I walked away with my fist clenched. And I then was in that world, so I used it. I said, this is crazy. He said, well, I want to go lunch. I'm going to take you to lunch. Then I really got thinking about him. I'm like, you want to take me to lunch? Nobody go, man, we ain't like that. You know, because I'm usually, hey, you ask a woman. Oh, it's, yeah, something wrong. But we went to lunch. And the brother put a piece of paper in front of me called Jewels of Wisdom. And I looked at it. And he didn't say no more. I looked at it. He said, yeah, he said, just read that. And they had questions on there. He said, you read that? I said, yeah. He said, can you answer any of them? I said, with an answer that's different than what's on there? I said, nope. But what it did is, with this crazy little mind of mine, it got it to going. And then I did start reading. Long, short, that was it. Once it was showed to me, this talking about me, I went right back to Genesis. And before going to any Hebrew class or any language class or anything, I sounded out. Mahaleel, got it, boom. Methuselah, got it, boom. I sounded it out. Something was revived in me. Something was resurrected in me. Something came up that was lying dormant in me. That was there. That's because it was in the blood. It was in the DNA. And no matter how many white folks done passed through my generations of my family, you can't breathe that out. There's something about the spirit of Yah when he infused it in you and he called to your spirit. You come to him and you say, I'm here. Like Father Abraham, when he come and call, you say, I'm here. And if you're blessed and fortunate, you won't wrestle against it. You'll receive it. You'll receive it because it just is right. Go book of back to Deuteronomy. It just feel right. See, the more you start living and you're trying to walk as an Israelite and you do things wrong, that just don't feel right. Huh? Y'all with me?
Right? Yes, sir. Hallelujah. That's right.
Man, let me keep this pen. It just don't feel right. There's great shame.
Yeah.
There's great contempt even for yourself. You loathe yourself like the Almighty told you. You will loathe your own self
Hallelujah.
in your wrongdoing. Because it don't feel right. But the more you do his word, it just feels right. Like it's just the right thing.
Yeah.
Like a glove that fits. It's just the right thing to do.
Yes, sir. Feels great.
Well, you can't have that feeling if it ain't already in you. I was going to say it's like meeting just that right person. But I ain't going to say that because most of us ain't never experienced that. But some of us have. And it just feel right. You don't even have to struggle. Conversation come easy. If you don't conversate, you just sit there and look at each other, smiling. The touch just feel right. See, that's what I said. I was huh? You just vibe. But in the word of the Almighty, it just felt right. Look at what he says in Deuteronomy 30th chapter, verse 10.
Deuteronomy chapter 30,
Mm-hmm.
verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto Yahweh thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul, for this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee, neither is it far off.
And see, that's why I said this. We all here learning still how to be that Hebrew person or that Hebrew life. Because y'all might say this must be done with all your heart. You know, it don't just be you leave out them doors all of a sudden and just poof. Look, this is a walk. This is a walk. This is a walk for many of us that we still trying to perfect. So it's the Almighty is asking us to give him all of us. All of us. And we can all hold our hands up and say, hey, we still fighting that fight because we still want to reserve a little bit of ourselves for ourselves, don't we? Who in agreement with me? Put your hands up. Boy, interaction. Huh? You're fighting, ain't you?
Fighting. Yes,
Huh?
Every day.
Every day. Huh?
Blessed and thankful to get a day to get it right again.
So we all walking it. Ain't nobody here no better than you. We all walking it. But it's good to walk together
Hallelujah.
than to walk alone.
Hallelujah. Gotta say. Hallelujah.
Always better to have help. Huh? Yeah. Keep going.
Verse 12. It is not in heaven that thou shouldest stay. Who shall go up for us to heaven?
See, but it ain't. Go ahead.
And bring it unto us.
See, it ain't in heaven. That's why we didn't need a Messiah like they teach in Christianity. Notice I said a Messiah like they teach in Christianity. Because even some of our Israelite brothers and sisters that you meet, see, we even diverse. Even them cling unto him. And they say, well, the reason why we have him, we know he's not the Father, but we have him because he came and taught us how to keep the law. Came and taught you how to keep the law. You know, Maya already showed you how to keep the law. And that is do what he say do. I tell my son, I command my son, turn off the stove. Well, songs ain't gotta go in my daughter, she ain't gotta go in there and say, here's how you turn off the stove. He ain't gotta wait on her. I said, man, I told you to turn the stove off 3 hours ago. What is still going on? I'm waiting for somebody to come show me. See that button that say off? Turn the knob. It go off. I showed you. But that's what our people say. We have to get him to come and show us. And he don't have to show you. The Almighty already done showed you in his word, through his prophets, through his testimonies. He said, keep the Sabbath day holy. We didn't have to wait on nobody to come and show us how to do that, because he already told you what he meant. He rested. He ceased. He stopped from all his work. Now, when I read that, he stopped. He ceased. He rested from all his work. Then he tell me, I want you to cease, stop, rest from all your work. Do I need anybody to come show me what he meant by that? Huh? When my mama left the house, said, look, I want the room to be clean. We didn't have to wait on nobody to come in. Yeah, we waiting on a friend down the street to come show us how to clean the house. You're gonna be waiting on them to show you how to heal up too when she got back. No, it's not in heaven that we have to get somebody to go get it for us. Go ahead.
That we may hear it and bring it unto us. Mm-hmm. That we may hear it and do it. Mm-hmm. Neither is it beyond the sea, that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it.
We definitely didn't have to wait on no man to talk about he came and civilized us. That's why he brought us over here and introduced us to slavery, because he civilized us. He was going to make us civil people. He was going to teach us how to live. He was going to teach us how to enjoy life. Were we enjoying life at the edge of a whip? No. How much of life can you enjoy? No. At the edge of a whip. Marks and blood running all up and down your back. I'm enjoying life. Hear me again. No, we're nobody doing that. We're going from sun up to sun down, pitch black. And you don't reap the fruits of it. Hands all mangled up. Was he showing us how to live by breaking up families? Which he did. Taking a son here, selling him up next door, and you never got your son back. And you wonder why we've broken up and fractured as a people today. It still has followed us. Yep. Why we traumatized, our terror is still it's in our, like I said, it's in our blood. That's why we're terrified today. The teachers that you don't mean, is that showing us the right way to live? Teaching you don't mean much to yourself or nobody else. That's why it's easy for you to murder one another today. What they come and civilize us. This is being civil. Take me back to Africa. Hallelujah. And let me remain uncivil. That's right. Or drop me off in the sea. Like the brother said. If this is civil, you call this being civil.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah.
He couldn't civilize anybody because he wasn't civil himself. Couldn't bring you peace because he wasn't a peacekeeper himself. When he brought you in the midst of war. Couldn't teach you morality. He wasn't moral himself. He's always went searching for morality. Let me go west. The native tribes. And even they knew when he came with the little Bible. We come to civilize y'all. They threw that tomahawk at Civilize this. The only part of civilized they had right is the part of lie. Lie down. Lies. Lie down. We did not need them to come and get us or go over the sea and bring it to us. Go ahead.
But the word is nigh unto thee.
Because we as a people then, we as a people even when we came here into slavery, and it was horrific, and we as a people now, we know the right thing when we hear it. It's just a matter if we will do it. But we know the right thing when we hear it. Every so-called Christian that I know, they know these words is right.
Every one of them.
Yeah, that make good sense. But you can't do all of it. Well, I ask you, what can I do? You can't kill nothing like that. That's what you can't do. Well, I wasn't doing that anyway.
Hallelujah.
No one ever lay person in Israel's job to kill things. The layman was always charged with doing right. So if he did right, he wouldn't have need of nobody killing nothing, because he wouldn't have need to take no sacrifice to the priest. If he did right, the sacrifice was your token that you had did wrong and you trying to make amends. Huh?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Huh?
Yes, sir. That's right.
Huh?
Yeah. Hallelujah.
The old boy, he done cheated on you. Now he want to come in the house with flowers, candy. He want to beat you home and be there. He want to bring a sack of White Castles for the children. Huh? Double cheeseburgers. Not hamburgers, double cheeseburgers. Whole lot of you. Just eat to you. He want to bring you everything. Because he done messed up. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Because he done messed up. But if he ain't messed up, he content because he ain't got nothing to try to make up on. He just doing what's right. Now he bringing them things, but he doing it because that's the kindness. You see? But he ain't trying to make up for nothing. So when they give you this stuff back, you ain't got no sacrifice. I didn't need no sacrifice. Your sacrifice ain't done you too good anyway. You ain't got too much off of your plate. Do well. I had the privilege and the honor. And it was a privilege and an honor because when I was thinking all week of how to honor our elders, I said, what can I say? But that's what came to me. And that's what he said. Here, some private conversations, that was his edict. Do good. Do good. And that's why it was easy to speak on his behalf. Learn to do good. And if you learn to do good, things gonna be so simple in life. He said he didn't want to teach much, but that's what he taught. Do good. And that was his thing. People got a calling card. That was his calling card. And it's so true. Because that's the spirit of Yah. Do good. Brother Aaron, wasn't just do good. Do right. It ain't that hard. Now you want to mess up stuff, you want to come bleed in my ear. When you knew what was right and good from the start. And it ain't hard to do, ain't nothing hindering you from doing it. I remember you told me one time this stuff with me. He said, see, as a congregant, we can slip. He said, but I'll let you teach. That's what he said. I'll let you teach. He said, because as a congregant, we might be able to slip. He said, as a Moretti teacher, you got to be good all the time. I said, wow, now you're telling me. And we laughed about it. But it set in, he's true. That's why I said, heavy is the head that wears the crown. You got greater responsibilities, but that's not for me. That's for you too. It's when we walk out of here, okay, the same way I'm supposed to be good all the time as a teacher. You got to be a step above everybody you walking your life with. You got to be above them. You can't be down here with them. You got to be above them. That young lady don't know she ain't supposed to be laying around. You got to know that for her. You got to know that for her. That's right. When she, where my keys? I'm tired of you. Oh God. And if she don't call you, okay. If she don't call you, she wasn't the right one for you. But you got to keep her. You got to keep her chaste. You got to keep her virtuous. It's on. Yeah, probably just popped it. You got to keep her thinking. You got to keep her virtuous. Isn't that what it said Boaz did? Yeah. Isn't that what it said Boaz did? Yes, sir. Yeah. I said, isn't that what it said Boaz did? Yes, thank you. What is, huh? Yes, let's see it. Let's see it. Brothers, and this speak to us. Yeah. Didn't say he got too hot. The young girl just, oh, she was just too much. I had to give in. And I'm playing with fire. I had to give in. I'm weak. So he says, love, this is going back to like Adam and Eve. It's his fault. Really, it's his fault. She came to him. Hey, Daddy. Hey, Daddy. Daddy was supposed to go, pop. Get that out of here. Woman. Now, they ain't going to like this part. Get out of here, woman. Sit down. See, watch it. Well, see, there you go. I knew I'd get aroused out of them now. They're like, hey, you're going too far now. They loved it when I said it's his fault. Hey, get out of here now. Hey, what? They're going to get everybody shot. But no, what I'm saying is in the instance that it was right or wrong, he was supposed to put his foot down. He let her take the reins. Then when he let her take the reins, when he was caught on the carpet, now he won't say, the woman. He said, well, I never told the Roman direct. I told you. You told her. Where do you stand for me? Huh? Huh? Yeah, this is the kind I know they cuss me out on the internet. Because brother still won't say it's the woman.
That's right. Still want to say it.
Well, where we at?
They don't wanna
At the
own.
table.
They don't wanna own.
We supposed to be sitting at the head of the table.
Yeah, they is. Sir, supposed to be at the head of the table.
Huh?
That's right.
And she your helpmate.
Hallelujah. Help.
And if she don't know how to help,
You better show
you instruct her how to help. And if she don't want to help, you need to look for a new help.
Hallelujah.
But whereas sometimes people can't even look out for themselves, they need somebody to look out for them.
That's right.
You got Ruth?
Yep, chapter 3,
Go ahead, bro.
verse 1. Hallelujah. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, My daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that I may be well with thee? And now, is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens thou wast? Behold, he widoweth barely.
Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. Go down, drop down to verse 7.
7. Hallelujah. And when Boaz had eaten and drunk,
Mm-hmm.
and his heart was merry,
Yeah.
he went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn.
Uh-huh.
And she came softly and uncovered his feet.
Cause we're gonna talk about some stuff today. Who said you can't take a woman out to dinner without expecting something?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yeah, we're gonna burn the internet up today. I don't mind.
Go ahead.
I don't mind. Cause like I said, I'm teaching to some men to try to keep them on the track.
Hallelujah.
Huh?
Right.
Who said you can't just go out? Have a good time. Eat and drink. Be merry. And then everybody part ways and nothing is expected. Okay. Huh? You pull a end of the night, nightcap. I spent about $50 on you. And I was buying appetizers and main course. You kept ordering drinks. What? You got a nervous twitch or something? Close that door in the old boy's face. Bah. But she didn't have to close the door in Boaz's face, because look, when he had eaten, drunk, and his heart was merry, he was feeling good. He went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you generally feel like you eat. You go lay down, huh?
And she came softly.
And she came softly.
And uncovered his feet.
Huh?
And laid her down.
Cause let me let you in on this. She's a little younger than my man boy. She's younger. He tell you that. Cause he tells her in one of the scriptures, he said, bless you, child. Paraphrasing. He said, all these young men around here, you could have chased them. He said, what you doing so bless you that you looking at old pops? Want to get with you. But old pops, she got sense. And not only did she have sense, Naomi has sense. And that's what Naomi told her. No, leave them fools alone. Leave them young boys alone. He owned the field. He owned the field. He got everything. He's stable. In other words, Naomi told him he have everything. He's stable in life. He ain't learning what it is to be a man. He already know what a real man is. So she told him, you go after him. Don't worry about what your girl's talking about. He old. You go after him. So she came softly, huh? And uncovered his feet and lay herself down.
And it came to pass at midnight.
Good movie, don't it? And it came to pass
At midnight, that the man was afraid and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet.
He woke up. He was a little taken. What is this? Because he see a beautiful woman laying at his feet, huh? And the sister liking this boy, like one of them little Lifetime movies or something. Home or something. And she laying at his feet.
And
Go
he,
ahead.
and he said, Who art thou?
He said, Who are you?
And she answered, I am Ruth, thy handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thy handmaid, for thou art near kinsman.
Y'all seeing this? Don't tune out, young fellas. Don't tune out. But see, the first advances ain't always made by the guy. Stop trying to vilify him. It ain't always the young man's fault. Sometimes the little young lady can be feeling a certain way. Especially if in her eyes she says, "He missed the right." Watch me get him. You sitting there. You sitting there, and next thing you know, you got them locks. She doing like this. Tug it on the earlobe. Rub her hand over your knee. Better get strong. Better get strong. And I mean in more ways than one. You better get strong. She said, because she told him what? Throw your skirt over your handmaid. For you are the near kinsman. In other words, say, ain't nothing wrong. Midnight hour. Look what he said though.
And he said, Blessed be thou of Yahweh, my daughter.
Blessed be thou of Yahweh, my daughter.
For thou hast shown more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning.
In due time. We got plenty of time for that. No, but we got plenty of time for that. And I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm not a boy. So I don't play games. I'll do all that you require. No, we keeping it up great. I can satisfy that need. But the city know you a virtuous woman. So before we go there, things must be done the right way for us to get there. Because the city know you a virtuous woman. And it's my job to keep you like that. That's my job. To have and find a virtuous woman, it's my job to be a virtuous man. To have an honorable woman, it's my job to be an honorable man. To have what I'm looking for is my job to make sure I'm that and more, and even keep you in that vein. Because the whole city do know. And if you're going to be with Boaz, you can't have no bad reputation. Because Boaz don't have no bad reputation. Boaz known in the gates. And now it's true, I am my near kinsman. But howbeit, see, here's another caveat. There's one nearer than me. So I'll be wrong. Because I know that there's one nearer than me. See how upstanding this man is? He said, oh, forget him. Hey, he should have came out here and got you to come to his house first. He's thinking the Almighty is with him, on his mind. He's standing for things. And this is this is a kicker. Look how much he does care for her. Read this, brother.
And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman. But howbeit there is a kinsman nearer than I. Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning.
So we know he is attracted to her based on what we read. There's physical attraction because that's why he said, bless you. Did you attract to me? So I'm showing up attracted to you, and you young? Younger than me? Could go with him. So he's attracted to her. But then there's attraction. There's attraction. And there's caring for somebody. There's physical appeal, and then there's caring, legitimately caring for that person. Because you can have physical appeal and not literally care for that person. But we have here physical appeal, and he literally, genuinely is caring for her, and that's about to be displayed right here. Because he tells her what?
Tarry this night.
Tarry this night. It's too late for you to be walking out of here.
And it shall be in the morning.
And when you leave in the morning,
that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, will let him do the kinsman part. But if he will not do the part of a kinsman to thee, then will I do the part of a kinsman to thee, as Yahweh liveth. Lie down
with the colon means stop. With that colon means stop. Take a little break, then finish it. Lie down until, and then he concludes, lie down until the morning. It's like, come me and my son, we talking, it's like when you take a young lady home. Y'all started out maybe at 8 o'clock at night. But as I was saying earlier, y'all having such a good time. You looked up and lo, behold, it's 1, 2 o'clock at night. And you don't want her driving home, maybe trying to go in, because she feeling, maybe she had a few that you bought. But you just generally care about her safety and her well-being. So you say, well, I'm not comfortable with you going home. You can come up. But you give her a pillow, you give her a blanket, you give her your bed, and you go in another room if you have it, or on your couch, and you reside there. That's akin to what he did. He told her, lie down until the morning, until the next day, when we can figure this out. But don't worry about me touching you. And I already set you in your place about you touching me. Ain't nothing happening tonight. Period. Point blank. Now, the only way she could have made something happen with him is if she bust him over the head and tied him up and forced him.
That's it.
That's it. Because he has made himself crystal clear that there will be no going on tonight and until we figure this out. See, you got half the room captivated. This half and checked out on it. They don't like to hear brother here running. We've been down this rodeo before. But this is how we teaching, and this is how we learning. My brother said he should turn the hearts of the children to the father and the hearts of the fathers to the children. Well, this is part of it. Because upstanding men gonna raise upstanding young men.
Hallelujah.
Rascals gonna raise rascals. I can prove that with the rest of the book. We ain't gonna read it, but I can prove it with the rest of the book. Because out of all of this, who came out of this union?
Hey.
David. The Messiah. Yah's anointed. A man after his own heart. But he said, lie down until the morning. And she lay at his feet. He was so strong, he didn't even have to give her a different room. She lay right there with him. And he didn't touch her in that manner. Lay right at his feet. And she arose, and then look at this. That coldness that means stop. And we getting ready to go on another thought. Look at how bad a man he is and with his understanding. And she rose up before one could know another. And he said, let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. So he got her out of there before everybody else could get up and start moving around. He said, that's how much I care about you. One, I want you to be safe. It's too late to turn you loose and let you be walking in the streets because anybody can be out there. But we're going to send you out of here early enough that Miss Sally and Miss Bessie, who sit on their stoop and get there early in the morning, just looking for stuff, we're going to beat them. So they can't say, ooh, child. Did you see who was coming out of Boy's house? And start something. Because you know, if they gossiping, they saw it, you know that's what they going to do. He said, so we're going to nip that in the bud too. But I just want to make sure you all right. Whether I get to fulfill the kingdom or not, that don't even, I care about. I just want to make sure you all right. Now, this is fantasy to a lot of people that will hear this because we don't live in a world where people think that can be done, where you can just generally care about a young woman and it don't have to be all this other stuff. But I'm telling you, you can have that kind of relationship. I'm telling you, you can say, man, I love you. And you don't mean that you necessarily want to get with her in that way. I just love you. I love things about, I love the way you carry yourself. I just generally care about you. Now we can find out later on if we compatible to go any further. But I'm talking about a kind of love where I just appreciate, I just generally care about you. One more pen. Don't teach this no more, brother.
Oh, praise
I tell you that because if you have that and you find that, you will have the building blocks for a long-lasting relationship.
Oh, God.
That can stand the test of time because you generally care for one another without anything superficial. And so much of today is what is superficial.
That's right.
And like I said, I teach this because it might not help some of us older heads, but we have children coming up.
Yes, sir.
So teach it to your son, and your son's son,
Yes, sir.
and your son's sons, if you're there.
Hallelujah.
This is what haven't been passed down to us, and some of us made mistakes and tripped up because it wasn't taught. And that's why they can say amongst us the rate of divorce and the rate of broken home is so high because we wasn't taught how to keep the home together in the first place because we wasn't taught the ways of Yah. We taught the ways of man.
That's right.
A man that never cared about keeping the homes together because if he did, he wouldn't have split homes up when he brought us over here.
That's right. That's right.
And all of a sudden, he's supposed to care about keeping your home intact,
That's right.
keeping your family unit strong.
Okay.
He never cared about that. When he called himself helping, I'll help you, but get rid of him. I give you all the help you want.
Yeah.
Get rid of him.
That's right.
Didn't put that on no other segment of population when he came to help them, but this one set.
Right.
And all of a sudden, he's supposed to really care. The only one that cared to show us how to keep us together is the Almighty.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So much to the extent that if you have somebody that ain't right, maybe y'all ain't on the same page, the Almighty has showed you in his testimony, like I said, to the law and to the testimony of the law.
Hallelujah.
Endure. Think all the married couple stayed together and everything was just hunky-dory, they just really, no, they stayed together because they endured. And sometimes they stayed together because by them sacrificing, it preserved goodness and righteousness for future generations. Because I didn't see grandma and granddaddy split. So it taught me how to hang in my marriage when it ain't right, as opposed to just bailing out.
Right.
Oh, mercy. Next week you just stay at home. Have a good time with yourself. That's all.
Oh, mercy.
Don't read. Have a good time with yourself.
I know, right?
Go to 1 Samuel. Go to 1 Samuel. 25th chapter.
1 Samuel.
See, I know this book is, that's a little sister, you're getting a lot today. I know, we overwhelming you. That's what they told you about hang on. But you asked about Hebrew life. You asked about Hebrew life, so we teaching Hebrew, we teaching every facet of it. All right. All right. All right. I hope I don't scare y'all.
Hallelujah.
You got 1 Samuel 25?
Yes, sir.
Let's read verse 1.
Hallelujah. And Samuel died, and all the Israelites were gathered together and lamented him and buried him in the house of Ramah. And David arose and went down to the wilderness of Paran. And there was a man in Ma'an whose possessions were in Campbell. And the man was very great, and he had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats, and he was shearing his sheep in Carmel.
This is about Hebrew life. This is about Hebrew life as much as everything else. There's this man. He lived in Carmel. He lived in Maon. And the possessions of Carmel. And the man was very great. This is a lesson. This is a lesson. Like I said, everything is superficial today. Got to stop chasing what's superficial. But this man, he was very great. Had great possession. 3,000 sheep. 1,000 goats. And he was shearing his sheep in Carmel. Now the name of this man was Nabal. And the name of his wife was Abigail. Now look at her. Because she was a woman of good understanding. And of a beautiful countenance. In other words, she was a inside and out. She was a beautiful person. That's why I said first, she was a woman of understanding. Wanting to let you know how she was inwardly. Good understanding. And then outwardly, she also had a beautiful countenance. But who was she married to? She was married to Nabal. And what is his character? But he was a man that was a churlish man. And evil in his doings. And he was of the house of Caleb. Two opposites. Two opposites. a woman of good understanding, with a beautiful countenance. Everybody got along with her. She was beautiful to everybody. She was attractive people. Because that's how she was. And scripture don't tell us how, but she got linked up with somebody that's totally opposite. I dare to say the devil incarnate, but I ain't gonna go that far.
You got an evil, wicked man.
But she just got an evil, wicked man, totally opposite of her.
Totally opposite.
People outside probably leave them and say, how did the two of them ever? My goodness. How did the two of them ever get together? They're totally different. And David heard in the wilderness that Nabal did shear his sheep. So David sent 10 young men. And David said unto the young men, go get you to Carmel. Go to Nabal and greet him in my name. And thus shall you say unto him that live in prosperity, peace be both to you, and peace be to your house, and peace be unto all that you have. And I want it. No, he didn't covet this man's stuff. He didn't desire it. He said, man, in other words, he sent a message to tell him, man, I'm glad, peace be to you. And we happy you prosperous, that you prosperous, your house is prosperous, and you got a lot. We happy. Peace be to you. And now I've heard that thou hast shears, and now thy shepherds which were with us, we hurt them not. Neither was there aught missing unto them all the while they were in Carmel. In other words, he said, while we was here, we even watched over your shepherds. We did you a favor. Ask our young men and they will tell you. Ask them. And they'll tell you how kind we was to them. Because we could have been a band of robbers, renegades, and raiders. Wherefore let the young men find favor in thy eyes. For we come in a good day. Give, I pray thee, whatsoever cometh into thy hand unto thy servants and unto the son of David. And when David's young men came, they spoke to Nabal according to all those words in the name of David. And then they ceased. And Nabal answered David's servants and said, who is David? And who is the son of Jesse? There be many servants nowadays that break away, every man from his master. Who is this young cat that I should take notice of him? There are people breaking away from the masters every day, establishing themselves, trying to establish themselves, trying to be something that they're not. That's what he's saying. Who is this? So who is this cat? Shall I then take my bread, my water? Now you're starting to see that character. Shall I take my bread, my water, and my flesh that I have killed for my shears, and give it unto men whom I know not whence they be? It wasn't hospitality at all. It ain't the hospitality all around. Huh? So David's young men turned their way, went again, and came and told David all those things. That's why that's there. That's to show you how evil. See, a lot of people don't think that that is, but selfishness. It's a bad characteristic. Who is it? Oh, get that? What we talked about last week? Get that nut? Yeah. Man, that's your boy. That's friend. He just a bad cat. But look at David. So they came and told David, because David, remember, he sent them in peace. Be friends. Go friendly. And he done railed on them. So when they get back to David and tell him, David said unto his men, gird every man. Huh? He asked who David was. He about to find out. David said, gird every man. Where y'all at? Every last one of you. pick your sword up. And they girded, and it didn't say some of them, all of them, because them the kind of robes he had. Huh?
That's right.
Like DMX with my dog.
Dogs,
They started barking loud then. It's on now. They're barking all over the place. My poor buddy, he downstairs barking when I left home. They barking all over the place. Oh boy, you in trouble now. Yeah, they all grabbed the sword at his command. And David grabbed his, so it wasn't no suggestion where he said, y'all go get him. No, David grabbed his, put it on him, said, let's go. And there went up after David 400 men. And the ones that he knew wasn't fit, which was 200 of them, y'all stay back. Watch our stuff. Stay back, watch the stuff, watch the camp. We ain't ready to go handle business. See, everybody got their, see what I said last week, brother? Everybody can serve. Yeah, they just have to serve watching the goods and everything. But they serve. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master. And he railed on him. David, brother, he cussed them out. But the men were very good unto us. And we were not hurt, neither missed we anything as long as we were conversing with them when we were in the field. They were a wall unto us, both by night and day, all the while we were there keeping the sheep. Now therefore know and consider what you will do. Speaking of Abigail, what you gonna do? For evil is determined against our master and against all his household, for he is such a son of Belial. He's such a low man that a man cannot speak unto him. People can't reason with him. That's the kind of person he is. Bad spirit. And people can't, there's no reasoning with this man. He always right. He right in his own eyes, his own conceit. He always, everything he does is right. And you can't talk to him. But we want you to know there's some evil coming. And it's going to affect him and all of his house. What you going to do? Then Abigail made haste, took 200 loaves and 2 bottles of wine, 5 sheep ready dressed, 5 measures of parched corn, and 100 clusters of raisins. Can we eat raisins?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. 200 cakes of figs. Can we eat figs?
No.
And laid all of them on an ass. Can we eat corn?
Yes.
All right. Because people say we can't eat corn. Now, I will confess it don't digest too good, but you can eat corn. You can eat corn. All right. Chew. Mastiate. Chew. Break it down. Maybe you get done chewing, you won't eat so much. Y'all will be fine. She said unto her servants, go on before me. Behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal. Huh? This is wise. That's why she said she understands. She wise. She know what she doing. Huh? Here's an instant where a woman getting ready to save lives. Being a strong woman. Huh? And also knowing what the Almighty, knowing full well what the Almighty mean when he said he should rule over you. Well, in this case, him ruling over her, if she just went, I got to go to him because that's my husband and tell him what I'm about to do. She never gets accomplished what she needs to get accomplished, and his whole house is going to perish. There's knowing what the Almighty mean when he said let him rule, that he should rule over you, and what it means when she has to do something to preserve the life and those affected in her house, even if he don't know. Y'all got a problem? Send your stuff in. I know you want the sisters to always think they just slaves.
Okay. Right. Help Nate.
A helpmate, because that's what she's truly about to be. And it was so as she rode on an ass that she came down by the cover of the hill, and behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met them. So they hot. They marched, huh? And when they marched, if you don't know about him, it's too late. That boy, when he made up his mind it was time to fight, he ready to fight. So when he marched, he hot. Now David had said, surely in vain had I kept all this fellow that he had in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained to him. And he have requited me evil for good. So and more also do Elohim unto the enemies of David. If I leave of all that pertained to him, if I leave of all that he had with him, by morning light, one single male. That's how hot he was. That he was in anger. But in his anger, he was getting ready to bring folly upon himself, because he was determined to go down and slaughter every man in Naval's house. But some of these men were innocent. But he was hot at the insult of how this man treated him. He was not ready to make distinction between who was innocent and who wasn't. He felt if this man was like that, he was infectious amongst everybody. So that's why he said, I will not leave not one male left by morning light. And when Abigail saw David, she hastened and lighted off the ass, fell before David on her face, bowed herself to the ground, fell at his feet and said, upon me, my master, upon me let this iniquity be. And let thy handmaid, I pray thee, speak in thy audience and hear the words of thy handmaid. Let not my master, I pray thee, regard this man of Belial, even Nabal. For as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him. But I, thy handmaid, saw not the young men of my master, whom thou didst send. Now therefore, my master, as Yah live, and as your soul liveth, seeing Yahweh have withholden thee from coming to shed blood, and from avenging thyself with thy own hand, now let thine enemies, and they that seek evil to my master, let them be as Nabal. And now this blessing which my handmaid have brought unto my master, let it even be given unto the young men that follow my master. I pray thee, forgive the trespass of thy handmaid, for Yahweh will certainly make my master a sure house, because my master fights the battles of Yah, and evil have not been found in you all of thy days. Yet a man is risen to pursue thee and to seek thy soul. But the soul of my master shall be bound in the bundle of life with Yahweh the Elohim, and the soul of thy enemies, them shall he sling out as out of the middle of a sling. We're going to drop down because I just want to cut to the chase. She's able to appeal to David and turn him from his anger. And then when she does that, in saving the life, she does go back to her husband. So we're going to drop down to verse 36. So Abigail, 35 actually. So David received of her hand that which she had brought him, said unto her, go up in peace to thy house. See, I have listened to your voice, and I have accepted your person. And Abigail came to Nabal and said, and behold, he held a feast in his house, like the feast of a king. And Nabal's heart was merry within him, for he was very drunk. Wherefore she told him nothing, less or more, until the morning light, till he slept that off. Because at night he was feeling good. So she said, I can't talk to him. But it came to pass in the morning when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him these things. Look at this. Look at this. See, people just think we be talking, not talking, and they don't believe the book. You can be so evil. You can be so wicked. And I'm telling you, it'll kill you. It'll kill you. It will kill you. It will eat away at you while you think you being evil and wicked and putting stuff on people. Inside of you, your body is being torn to shreds. Your organs is being torn to shreds. Your heart is because the rate is up. And your heart is tied to your kidneys. So now they having problems. Then your bladder. Then you wonder why your stomach upset all the time. It can kill you. Then the pressure, blood is flowing. Subject, aneurysm. Look what she did. Because this is how bad a man he was. She came and told him these things. And when she did it, that his heart died within him. And he became as stone. And it came to pass about 10 days later, Yahweh smote Nabal, and he died. Now his heart became like stone. Came at harder. It became even harder. It didn't soften up. It became even harder. Now I don't want to go so far as that, but when your heart, you're affected by your heart. You get to grabbing that back. And then when it says 10 days later, what it's telling me, as Alicia was teaching, there's something that happened to him. And that's why it gives you that span that 10 days later. Stroke, heart attack, something occurred that 10 days later, it just finally took him right on out of here. But the first thing is, upon getting news that she did anything good, he's so evil and wicked that it affected him right to the heart. And in the span of 10 days later, Yahweh smote him that he died. And when David heard that Nabal was blessed, he said, blessed be Yahweh that have pleaded the cause of my reproach from the hand of Nabal, and have kept his servant evil. For Yahweh have returned the wickedness of Nabal upon his own head. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. And David sent and communed with Abigail. Watch this. David sent and communed. What commune means? Talk with. Talk with. Communicate. He sent and communicated with Abigail to take her to him to wife. Meaning he started corresponding. He started talking to her. Wasn't doing nothing wrong, because she ain't married no more. She free. But now what he have? He heard that she gone. He remembers this woman that was so, what? Kind. Full of wisdom. Yeah. Full of understanding. Not to mention, she was hot. It really rung my bell. Not to mention that. So upon hearing, hey, she free now.
Ain't gonna be a widow long.
That's the kind of woman I like.
Oh God.
Touch my inward parts
Yes, sir.
as well as my outward parts. Commune with her. Talk with her. Huh? Let's take. How did it go? Let's take long walks after dark in the park. Find a spot for us to start conversation, realization, stimulate. Check your city. You got it. Education. Huh? Yeah. That's what you want. That's what you want. The other stuff, y'all figure that out. It don't take much. But you got to have something to go along with that. It's like getting a Big Mac and ain't no meat in it. And 2 buns, 3 buns. You're like, well, what is that? Not even lettuce. It's the buns. Ain't nothing there. But there's something else here that's not here. And what's here's not here is, and wicked and bad as this man was, she never ran off on him. That's what I want us to see. She tarried with this evil, churlish man. Don't tell us how many years, but she tarried with this evil, wicked, churlish man that she knew was evil. Because isn't that what she said? She said his name is father. He's been a fool since I married him. When I married him, he was a fool. He's been a fool, and he gonna die a fool. And it sure enough, he died a fool. But she didn't say, as I said, to the left, to the left. Everything you own in the box, to the left. She didn't hit him with that. She didn't hit him with that. See, big wheels keep on turning. Proud Mary keep on rolling. She didn't hit him with that. She stayed right on in there. She stayed in there. Did what she was supposed to do. And when the Almighty got tired of her being in that situation, when the Almighty knew she was because we talking about real life. See, everything ain't gonna be written here, but we talking about real life. You don't know tonight she cried on a pillow, cried in her secret chamber, cried to the Almighty to be delivered from this fool. Because he wasn't a man for her. Huh? But Tony said, you wasn't a man for me? Y'all know I like throwing songs out. She wanted to be released. And when the Almighty knew it was time, he said, let's move him. Let's move him. Not only am I going to move him, though, I'm going to give you somebody better. All them years you suffered, I'm going to bring you comfort. All them dark days, I'm going to put you in the light. All them clouds, I'm going to bring you sunshine. I'm going to give you somebody much better than him. Your latter end going to be better than your former. And that's even the lesson for Israel. For all your suffering. When I'm ready, and I know you really sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'm going to move these fools, and your latter end going to be better than your former. Just hang in there with me. Sisters, they clapping on that. Like I said, I be knowing, well, I feel y'all now. We family. I know what's going on. Nope, the seven. This week was about the brothers. Next week it was the sisters. But understand me, brother Ben, understand me. Because I'm not him. I'm not him. And I'm not no way in his stead. But when we go to Malachi, again, because I know how you have to be, especially now that camera eyes is on me. No way am I saying I'm him, this is me. Don't nobody take it like this. What I am saying to you is, this is what's meant by when this person does come. You got Malachi 4?
Yes, sir.
It'll be teachings to establish these kind of things.
Hallelujah.
Law and things that we just need to hear. Ways that we need to know and refamiliarize ourselves with. Conduct that we need to have. Honor that we need to receive. He gonna bring us law. That's why y'all might say, you must remember the law. But he gonna bring us back these things where we're not honorable. He gonna bring us back what it means to be honorable. Where we're not trustworthy, what it means to be trustworthy. Where we're not upstanding, what it means to be upstanding. And I kid and I joke a little bit, but don't take this the wrong way. I really don't care when brothers don't like it. Whether here or internet or conferences or anywhere, because unlike other religions, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon that the woman is the foundation of the nation. I'm jumping on y'all's bandwagon because I can go from Malachi to Genesis and back and forth. The man is the beginning of the foundations. If you don't have a real man, you won't have a real nation.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You don't have men that know what to do, you won't have a strong nation.
That's right.
It is not on the women.
Hallelujah.
That's why when you read this 4 and 4, read.
Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yah.
And he to turn the hearts of the fathers. Didn't say the mothers.
Oh,
the mamas already have a heart toward their children.
Hallelujah.
That's innate in them. Mom already had that. That's why people are taking, what? She left the baby? Wow, that's a shock. Because it's a mother's innate nature. Across the board, even remember I said natural law? It's in our nature. I don't care about nothing if I don't care about these babies.
Hallelujah.
We saw a documentary on lion. Male lion come running through and he was exterminating so that he could propagate his line. And the female, she knew she couldn't do nothing with him. If she tried to fight him, he was going to just decimate her. But she stood over, and it was horrific. But she stood there and endured watching him snuff the life out of each and every one of her cubs, but she didn't go nowhere. And when he got done and he walked away, she slowly walked over there and took her head and still moved him, as in the hopes that there's life in him. She didn't leave him. And she stayed there for 2 or 3 days, not giving up that they were gone. Because that's in her innate nature. You find a woman that can abandon her children so easily, something has went terribly wrong within her life. that her nature has been destroyed. Because it's in her nature. The nurturing, that's what's built into her. And when I say, oh, go on out, boy, and play. You send him out. Before he run out, put this coat on, put this scarf on, put this hat on. And you wrap him all up like a mummy. By the time Pop's just going to let him go out. Time he get out, I don't even want to go out now. I can't even get downstairs. Well, like you wrap me up in a snowsuit and stuff. I mean, man, just saw my eye. I couldn't even play. I couldn't move. You just help me with snowball. Pop, pop, pop. I can't go nowhere. I said, pop, pop. I said, oh, we got to figure something out now. Pop just said, go on. That's what I needed. But that was Mom. Then you come in, you got to get cod oil, bottle John, and all kinds of stuff. What is this? Because that's her nature. So you don't have to come back and establish the hearts of mothers to the hearts of children. And it's in the hearts of children. They get in trouble. And where my mama? Oh, my mama. Oh, my mama. Somebody call my mama. A true story. I rode up on an accident. Boy hit him. Boy sped up. Man was turning. Pah! Car hit. Man got out. He was a little disoriented. Boy got out, laying on the ground. We trying to get the scene stable and everything. First thing he said, somebody call my mama. That's what he wanted. You see a boy when they're on TV. Hey, Ma. Hey, Ma. That's what they shout out. What's that in? You ready? They do it, but it's hey, Ma. And ain't that they all, the parents ain't together all the time. That's just nature. Huh?
That's right. Yes, sir.
I'm like that.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
When I tell you about being a baby, her treat me like a baby. Yes, I am a baby. And when a baby really needs something, I just do on speed that. Mama. Mama. You say, what you want? And we gonna get it, ain't we? Huh? I go all night, chocolate cake. It's gonna be there. I might have to catch hell for it. You ain't getting no time. No. 2 days. I'm gonna watch. I'm here check. Your cake down here. Icing everywhere. Huh? It was like that with Lisa. Lisa talk rough to everybody. Y'all know? Lisa talk rough to everybody. Let her mama come in the house of Israel. He like a little bit kid. He be like, yes, ma'am. I be like, ooh. I mean, when's she coming? I want to see this. Ooh, yeah, He just a little kid. But see, he don't have to come back and establish that. What he got to come back and establish is how to have the children deal with the fathers. Because that's what's important and imperative in the rebuilding of this nation. That sons and fathers, daughters and fathers have good working relationships. Lest I smite the earth with a curse. Because I've always said for man to set the standard from the time of creation. For I created man first, gave him woman, and then they were to replenish the earth, multiply, and be fruitful, have children. That is the hierarchy. That is the order. I don't have to teach. Women are the foundation. They teach that sometimes to woo women. and to try to captivate women because they know women will give more, like in the church, because they're afraid to raise up men, but I ain't afraid to raise up men. That's who need to be raised up. I need to be raised up. I need to be raised up. You the man? Be the man. I'm the man. I got to get in here with you though tonight. Establish stuff for yourself. That's what these scriptures are saying. It's saying this is Abraham stuff. Even that what we read, they said that was Nabal stuff. But of course, you're a righteous man. Yeah, it's my stuff, but it's her stuff too. Because I brought her here to enjoy this. This is what I work for. I'm established. That's what I established myself for. So I can bring a special woman here and then my children. I'm definitely getting ready to go.
Happy life.
No, happy life. Because sometimes you got to, in being a man, you got to make her unhappy. If it means doing the right thing, if it means doing the right thing and she can't see that you doing the right thing, then you got to make her unhappy. Because like I said, that the ball can be switched. That man can be the good part and the woman can be the bad part. And if that means you being that man doing the good part and you married to a woman that don't have it all up there and in here, then you just got to make her mad. If it means you doing the right thing and serving y'all. So it ain't no happy wife, happy you, happy y'all, happy life. Because if y'all miserable, all y'all gonna be miserable.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You, her, and the children. And the dog. Everybody gonna be miserable. Yeah, I heard that the other day. Happy wife, happy life. Man, on TV, I said, nah, she got that wrong. Happy y'all, happy life. Because even if you ain't happy, if y'all's happy, I'm happy. No. Brother Karan, can I table your feast days till next week if y'all will? I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, y'all will we get there next week? All right. Any comments? I want to get y'all out of here. In timely fashion. Any comments from the day? From anyone? Yes, little daughter.
Beautiful class.
Oh, thank you.
And beautiful children's service.
Hallelujah. I know y'all was in capable hands. More than capable. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. I thought you had. Hallelujah. Elder John. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hey, there she is. What's going on? Talk to me. All right. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Well, I want to ask our sister that's here with us. Yeah, it's part of it too. Anything. You don't have to ride everybody back in the sense. You can say you didn't know what you were talking about, and I'm not coming back ever again, and everything will be all good. We'll still love you. Now, what did you think about today, young lady? Did you enjoy yourself? All right. All right. Hallelujah. Yes, ma'am.
male and the female perspective. I appreciate it.
Hallelujah. Praise God. Well, this, you know, for me, and I ain't telling nobody else how to teach, that's what's needed. Sometimes you get teachings and it's taught from the male perspective and it make them run out feeling good and the women not feeling so good. And sometimes you can catch a day where the women feeling good and the fellas feeling a certain kind of way. And what happens is there's hostility. So if we're gonna do it, let's be equal and bring some fairness to it. And and either one of us walking out feeling good, then that's good. But if we all walking out feeling good, that's good too. Just let's call it down the middle. So that's just my style. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Anybody else? Hallelujah.
It's still over. And we all, when we get off, we be rushing after stuff. And, you know, we walk a certain hallway, and then we branch off. And one of the white ladies, she said, what's your walk of life? She said, because I noticed that you're different. You're not like the rest of them. Yeah. And I said, that's exactly it. I have a different walk of life. This is my way of life. This is who I am. So I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You know, but it's a brief conversation because, like I said, we were getting out and going separate ways. And I told her, I said, give me a lunch. What about, you know, the crazy thing is her name is Rebecca, and she knows about what her name means. And it tripped me out, you know, so hallelujah. I was like, okay, cool. You know, it's no different.
Hallelujah.
So it's nice being different. I just wanted to put that out there.
Question. Uh-oh. Well, snap two. What you in the bag for? Is it a question?
Oh, here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can just read.
Yes, please do. We'll be here till next Saturday. That's my nickname, Molasses. But he's from the old block, cause
Don't let me say it.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
What authority do you have to connect titles or offerings if you connect them?
What authority do you have to
Collect
tithes or offerings?
Tithes and offerings. What authority? If you collect them. Thank you. Somebody say yeah. And to quantify though, yes, the word of Yah. And we showed the word of Yah. And here's another thing, not saying that the person asked it, this is them, but here's another thing. We'll show this and we'll teach on it next week. Not me per se, but it's being anytime that somebody does the work, there's something called gratitude. There's something called gratitude. And anytime any man did the work of the Almighty, there was always gratitude. And there's be gratitude to the Almighty. Not to man, but to the Almighty. Like I said, there's one thing to do sacrifices and things to make up for something, but there's another thing to do it because you are grateful for what you have. You appreciate what you have. And so sometimes you might just want to make an offer. I was with a gentleman on my job, and he stopped and he asked me, you know, having to not do with scripture, but having to do with the arts. And he said, I want you to show me something, you know, how to do this and how to do that. And so we was about 15 minutes doing different things. Well, I came back the next day and I was just standing there talking to somebody else as I was signing out. And he walked up to me and he grabbed my hand and he does like that. And he pulls away. And he said, just want to thank you. He said, because you might show me something that one day I can really use. In other words, he put something in my hand. I ain't asked for it. I ain't telling him what you know you owe me for yesterday. I just showed it to him. And he was grateful that I took time with him that day before, that he came back and he slid something right in my, anybody else just think we would shake hands, but he slid something left in my hand. And he said, I appreciate you. Now I tell you what he does, that he's so grateful. I tell you what else he does. He rides by here 2 or 3 times a week, checking on the place, because he does security. And anytime, and he's talked to me, and we do have scriptorial talks. So 2 or 3 times a week, he makes it his business to ride by here and check on the house of Israel. He did one day, y'all didn't even know, he did one day, we was coming here for the new moon. He said, he stopped. Y'all was already in, he stopped. He said, I saw all these people going in there. He said, I wonder what was happening. I wonder what was going on. I said, oh, we was having, no, he stopped right out there. I said, we having service. He said, I ain't coming in. I just want to make sure everything was good. That's what he did. And he come by 2 or 3 times a week, just ride by to check on the building. Because he's grateful for the conversations that we have. He's grateful. That's another way we have to learn. Just learned it. Read that story again. That's what David was talking about. This is an ungrateful, arrogant, you know what? Me and my men safeguarded his men. We put our life on, we watched over his men. And the least he could do was show the kindness we showed him. He could at least show us some kindness, show us he